WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
1.5 left in the period. Ice Bears on the power play. Johansson to the drop pass to Schumacher. Back to Johansson. Patrick looks it over. Goes low slot and not able to get a shot off of the Ice Bears. Travis Baird. Now he gets it back. He shoots. He scores!
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Down in low, Cooley's there. Ice Bears have it. Snapshot missing wide as Solnikov got it. Kovacic, right side, low along the goal line. Swings around the official. Kovacic still with it. Gets it up high. Now works it to Anderson. Across to Brown. Here comes Brown. He shoots. He scores! Brown gets it past the goaltender in his lower right pad of Moore.
With the call, here's Dan Lee and Steve Casson.
And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is Game 2 between the Missouri State Ice Bears and the Mizzou Tigers. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Dan Lee and our cameraman and Alex Harmon. Thanks for joining us. Dr. Ben Goss is on assignment. He is not between the glass. So he's doing something with Missouri State baseball tonight. We'll give him the free pass, so to speak, and he will be doing that.
He's allowed.
But this is the final hockey game between Mizzou and Missouri State's Division I squad. This tradition will carry over to the Division III squad next year. And if you want to get your reservations ready, I can tell you when those dates will be. I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue here. Those dates next year between the Division III Mizzou Tigers and the Division III Ice Bears will be January 17th and 18th of 2020. Already set up and ready to go. That's when we will have the rivalry continue. They will be 7 o'clock games.
Yeah, they will be prime time, so hopefully we'll get the same atmosphere and the same people come and see that one.
And they will be MACA League games because both teams will be in the MACA Silver Division in Division III. So that'll be a good thing between these two hockey clubs. But again, the final one between the Division I squad and the Division II Mizzou Tigers. And had a chance to chat with a couple of their players who are kind of acting as managers, and they said, you know, they understand the whole reason for dropping down to Division III because of lack of players and some other issues that they've had, but their goal is to get back up and to get into becoming that powerhouse of a hockey club that was started with John Lamont.
Right.
And they, for many, many years, Missouri State absolutely had a issue playing the Mizzou Tigers. It was a rivalry, but you didn't want to play the Tigers because they always did kind of what Missouri State did yesterday in a 15-2 win yesterday. The Tigers were that way many years ago.
Well, like we said last night, it was two ships passing in the night. The Ice Bears had a hard time getting past Mizzou a few years back. Once they did, it seemed like everything just kind of went south for Mizzou and went north for Missouri State University, and things like that happen sometimes in sports. There's a lot of reasons you can point to. Really, I think the beginning of the story starts with fan base. Missouri State University's fan base has been absolutely awesome from day one.
Yeah.
And that means revenue, and that means more flexibility to get things that you need and get things done, and your program can't help but go up and up and up. Mizzou, on the other hand, didn't even really have a rink within a half-hour drive of them. They had to go play in Washington Park for their home games, and that meant not a whole lot of people were going to go out there and watch them play hockey. So they never really had the big fan base to make a solid foundation for that program, and that's something they battled through the years, and it finally caught up with them. That's where the story starts. It's not where it ends, but that's where it starts for Mizzou.
Sure, and there will be a change. Hopefully it'll be a situation where we'll get back to the rivalry games and things will be just as fun and friendly as they were yesterday, maybe with a little bit more hitting, but we'll see what happens come next season between Division III and Division III. But in yesterday's game, Dan, you know, a 15-2 win for Missouri State. They had two shorthanded goals. Travis Barrett got one, Sasha Perron got the other. And, you know, Barrett's shorthanded goal, just kind of a thing of beauty. The Ice Bears with a nice give and go, and Barrett finishes it off. And the Ice Bears are having a little bit of fun here at Mediacom Ice Park. But then Missouri State kind of put it away in the second period. You know, the one thing I do have to say, and we will talk to him coming up in this game, but their goaltender, Craig Suntrup, played an outstanding first period, and he's only played hockey for 2 years.
Yeah, incredible young man. We got a chance to talk to him, and we'll talk to him later on in the game during intermission. But when you consider how little ice time he really had, he had some outstanding reflexes, great anticipation, and quite frankly, if it wasn't for him, this could have been a whole lot worse than 15-2 last night.
Yeah, it definitely was, and you know, a couple of good goals that really he couldn't stop. One of them was from Hendrik Lohman, and this one was right off the face-off. Nothing you can do, just kind of a quick shot, and it was in. And that's kind of one of the goalie's worst nightmares, is to have that quick shot through some traffic. But
yeah, but he held the he held Missouri State University to just 3 goals in that first period and played outstanding hockey. What happened later on, a short bench for Mizzou, really tells the tale. They just flat ran out of gas about halfway through the contest. They just don't have enough people here to stay with Missouri State University down the stretch. And after a while, the defensemen, nobody could help the goaltenders. They did split goaltending time later on, and just not enough help for them there. They were all gassed.
Well, and a bright spot in the first period, though, you talk about it, Ian Jones gets, actually the beginning of the second period, Ian Jones gets a power play goal, and all of a sudden it's a 3-1 game, and the next thing you know, there's a little bit of life. And the Tigers, obviously, Jones celebrating his first goal for Mizzou.
Not just for the game, but for the year.
Yeah, and of course they get a power play goal. Gast in the third period gets a power play goal, and that, of course, their second one. And boy, did he make a nice move on the Ice Bears goaltender.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Brendan
goal.
Schuck. I mean, that was just really a nice one there. But it's a different game now, as tonight it is going to be Mizzou's goaltender Billy Hindle in net. Now, Hindle has played with the team before. This is his first game this season with the University of Missouri Tigers. So no record for him, but Hindle will be in nets. And for Missouri State, it'll be Brady Griffin, the junior. In 10 games, he's 5-2-2 with a 2.57 goals against average, a .903 save percentage. And he does have 1 shutout. And it is a loud, ruckus crowd here at Mediacom Ice Park that is starting to fill in. Now, the biggest problem for the fans, Dan, is there's no place to park.
No, I had a hard time getting in at 5:30 just because they've got a convention going on across the way. And I had to circle the parking lot about 10 times before I could finally get one to open up for me.
I am at the last space in the last corner all the way across the parking lot.
That's about where I am. I'm over in front of the office buildings.
Yep, that's where I am.
Yeah, well, at least we're walking the same direction after the game.
Exactly, for sure. When we go to the coaches show tonight over at Civil, and I know that you may have to get home, but I really wish that you could come next time and grab some of the food there at Civil. It is some of the best food I think we've ever had. Hey!
Yeah, I would love to get over there. You don't know how much I miss those onion rings over there at Civil Kitchen. Those are some of the best onion rings in the world. I love their burgers too, but man, I miss those onion rings.
I just said hey over the air because Todd Laster, who was really the original coach of the Ice Bears before Benjamin Alexander, just walked in. But let's get down to the ice as we introduce the starting lineup for the Tigers.
Starting on defense for the Tigers, number 15, Andrew Rushton. Starting on defense, number 9, Vito Brown. And starting in goal tonight for the Tigers, number 1, Billy Hindle. The Tigers are coached by head coach Stephen Ward and assistant coach Sean Deaver. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of downtown Springfield, located inside the East Rink of the beautiful Jordan Valley Ice Park, the house that Stan built, it's time. Everyone on your feet and make some noise. Let's welcome the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting on a forward, number 74, Sasha Perron. Starting at a forward, number 91, Matt Matty. Starting at a forward, number 8, Henrik Lohman. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 58, Patrick Johansson. Starting on defense, number 21, Sam Heiserat. And starting in goal tonight for your Missouri State Ice Bears, number 35, Brady Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the Ice Bears on the ice tonight, standing in at 9 years old and a third grade student at Greenwood Laboratory Elementary School, part of the Junior Ice Bears and the SYHA hockey programs here at Jordan Valley Ice Parks. Let's welcome Andrew Davis to the ice. The Ice Bears are coached by head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Brendan McClue. The officiating crew for tonight's game, standing in a referee, Jason Carrera and Rich Palo, and your linesman tonight, Mark Crossbar Marzola. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem, performed tonight by Ayanna Williams, a vocal major at Missouri State University.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, beautiful rendition. Ayanna Williams, Missouri State University's music program, regaling us tonight, and what a wonderful job she does. I'm Dan Lee. I've got the ice chair left for tonight's broadcast on websportsradio.com. Steve Casson, the man on your right, for the Ice Bears on the attack. And, of course, we've got Alex Harmon on video tonight for our Web Sports Radio feed. Thanks for coming aboard. Let's play hockey at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
It is, again, the final time that Missouri State's Division I squad will face this Mizzou Tigers, but the rivalry continues next year with the Division III squads meeting up. So we hope that you will join us for those games. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock. Both goaltenders getting their creases ready, and we are moments away from dropping the puck here at Jordan Valley. At least I caught it this time.
Let's get ready for some Ice Bears hockey!
Kevin Thoreau, your public address announcer tonight. As you can hear in the background, and we're off and running as the Ice Bears win the draw, and they'll send it back into their own zone and get things set up offensively as Patrick Johansson handles defensively.
It'll be sent all the way down into the Tigers zone. Goes around the net where Billy Hindle is there. Puck flicked up high, stays high, taken by Colin Kelsey, and as he gloves it down, a whistle is blown. Face-off will come back into the Tigers zone. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and the Mizzou Tigers from the right to the left here at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
This one hopefully will be a little bit more intense than what we saw toward the end last night. Again, Mizzou working with a short bench.
Puck behind the net. Heinrich Lohman, nice pass to Matt Matty up the middle, and it's taken away and cleared.
Patrick Johansson will have to chase it down. He's got Nick Haney trying to track it down as well, but Mizzou comes away with the puck at center ice.
Back into the Tigers zone where they reset. Puck taken by Drew Rushton and sent back in the Missouri State zone.
Quickly back out again as they try to beat the change.
They bring it into the Tigers zone. Good hit there as Sasha Perron tries to move in on Rushton. And Rushton takes him out of the play, and it's able to be cleared back to the Missouri State zone.
Derek Smith will collect it there, waits in front of his own goalkeeper, Brady Griffin. Now goes to the left wing a little too far.
And it is past Rushton and in on goal where it's held by Hindle. 18:52 to go in the first period. And no score. That may, if they give it to him, the first shot of the game, but I doubt it.
That was a little bit wide, I think. So we'll set it up to the right of Billy Hindle, back on the squad after an absence of some note.
Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Alex Harmon, thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio.
Great crowd on hand tonight. All the way around Lower Arena, 3 and 4 deep. All the seats are filled. No matter what the teams are doing on the record books or in the standings, always a great crowd for this.
Big rivalry for Mizzou. Puck back behind the Tigers' net. Rushton is there to push him in, and now they get tangled up. That's Sollenbach. Back behind the net, Sollenbach is there. Rushton with a push. Goes behind the net. And here off the side of the net was a shot by the Ice Bears' Hunter Saunders. Now it comes in off of Derek Smith's attempt, and it's cleared, and Sollenbach is getting hit every which way, and it's cleared back in the Missouri State zone.
Brady Griffin wants to keep the action going, so he keeps the icing from happening. Here's Smith.
Derek across the line, left side. Derek down the middle. Smith over to Saunders. He shoots up high. Flips all the way out as it took a ricochet bounce off the back of the boards, and now it's sent right in as the Ice Bears move it in again for an offensive rush. Puck in and a bouncer. This one from Austin Davis is held onto by the goaltender Billy Hindle. First game that he's playing for the Mizzou Tigers
this year, anyway.
This year, yep.
And quite the contrast between he and Craig Suntrup, who played last night. Suntrup standing 6'6" and 205, and Hindle not nearly that tall, but very quick between the pipes. As Mizzou wins the draw.
Comes over to the far side. Schumacher has it, protects the puck, and it's out to center. Good forechecking pressure by the Tigers and Austin Gast.
Here's Brown now collecting it behind his own net. Kelsey with some token pressure forces the puck back the other direction. Here's Brennan Anderson with a head of speed.
He'll have it down the middle. Anderson breaks free in front. He shoots and a save. It was tipped off the stick of Hindle, and Anderson with a great opportunity down the middle. Now the Ice Bears with it again. Schumacher up high, and it's passed out to center ice.
Anderson will take it back at his own blue line. Curls back with a pass to the left wing.
Gets it across the line. Sends it down the middle. Cooley with a backhander. Oh, what a glove save by Hindle, as Cooley was picking the upper right-hand corner. And a big save there, and we still have no score on the board here between Missouri State and the Missouri Tigers.
Certainly doesn't look like Billy Hindle's lost any reflexes in his absence. Boy, he really flashed the leather on that one.
Off the draw, puck is kicked into the corner, and the Ice Bears have it with the B-line on. Now here's Brown. He shoots. It's partially blocked behind the net. Colin Jones gets it to the far side. Now it is helped by Holden Carroll. Carroll has it taken away from Anderson for the Ice Bears. Brennan Anderson looking down the middle, drops it in low, gets it to Bratton. Bratton will work it up high now again to Anderson, playing the right side this time. That's rare for Anderson. Puck is taken away and cleared, and it's in front of the Mizzou bench and taken by the Tigers.
And it'll be taken by Jones off the end of his stick, though it goes in on goal, and Brady Griffin will cover it up there as a lost opportunity for Colin Jones. Couldn't quite control it coming across the blue line. 16.5 left here in the first period, still scoreless. Shots on goal. Well, that, I don't know if it'll count as a shot. It just kind of ricocheted off of his stick. So shots on goal right now, 5-0 in favor of Missouri State University as they face it off to the left of Brady Griffin. Kelsey comes in for Mizzou, and the draw is won by Maddie.
Taken away by Sasha Perron after the draw in front of Maddie. He shoots and a big save. And actually, you were right, Dan. That was Maddie, not Perron. And Maddie with the give and go. Comes right down the middle and a good save by Hindle. We're still scoreless.
The face-off circle closest to us.
With 16:21 to go in the period. Maddie comes in along with Colin Kelsey. Kelsey to win it, but the Ice Bears, Lohman digs it out. And a wraparound in front, save Hindle. Huge save there. Puck to the corner. Ice Bears have it. Down in low to Perron. Back to Maddie. Now Perron with it. They play catch. Working the puck. It's up the middle. Taken away, broken away by Kelsey, and out across the line. The Ice Bears will have to regroup and set it back up. They do move it back down. And nobody's changed yet. The Ice Bears want to change, but they won't do it just yet. Puck stolen. Lohman brings it into Maddie. Left side. Circling around with Perron. Maddie calling for it back, looking for some help. Instead, he gives it to Perron, looking for the give and go. Off the boards to Heiseroth. He gets a shot. It's partially blocked. Ward was there. Now it is a opportunity for Johansson that gets broken up. Johansson with it again, but it's out to center ice, and the Ice Bears have to regroup.
Heiseroth will spin back behind the red line, look for an opening, goes left side.
He makes it into the zone, but that's enough for Maddie to steal it. Johansson fans drop down in low, taken away by Ian Jones, held in by Johansson, up the middle, and it's broken away. Johansson has it again. Here comes Johansson, looking for Maddie. Instead, it's past Lohman's stick, and it's out to center ice.
Backpedaling with it is Derek Smith. He finds a crease, sends the pass forward.
Across now to Johansson. He winds, he shoots, and Hindle with a save. He holds on, 14:55, and the 7th shot for Missouri State is for naught right now.
And if I recall, it took about 12 or 13 before the Ice Bears finally scored last night.
It did, and Missouri State scored at 5:12, which we're coming up on that point right now. Off the draw, Ice Bears win it again. Heiseroth with a shot that gets deflected up and out of play. Well, Dan, we are going to talk to him today. We are going to talk to goaltender Craig Suntrup, and we talked about it yesterday. He played a really, well, I don't know, it's not new Ice Age just yet. We'll tell Stan to keep quiet. Here's Derek Smith with a shot that missed wide. Goes to the far side, sent down in low. Near side boards once again. We were so impressed with Suntrup playing only 2 years that we had to talk to him, so we're going to have an interview with him in one of the intermissions. Here's Saunders, digs it out. Now Saunders with it, left side, looking in front to Davis. Instead, maybe a wraparound, no. It goes to Derek Smith with a blast and a save by Hindle. Left side drive that misses wide, goes off the back of the boards, that by the Ice Bears defenseman Carson Warnick, looking for his first goal still. Puck kicked off the boards. It is deflected out and offside. Or are we going to get a penalty? We are.
We're going to get a penalty behind the play, and Chad Lounder's going to skate off.
So it's a roughing call. First power play for the Tigers. So 2 for roughing to Lounder.
And the Tigers came into this weekend with a 6.7 power play percentage. Then they went, what, 1 for 2 last night officially? I thought it was 2 for 2. Turns out it was 1 for 2.
Yeah, so they're at 806 now on the power play. 5 for 62.
So that really upped their percentage on power plays just by getting that 1 goal last night on the power play. And they're back in action right now. Let's see what they can do with it.
2 minutes for roughing.
Mizzou on the attack now with the power play. Kevin Ward camped out behind the goal, sends it out to the corner. And back over in the inside, Holden Carroll had it momentarily taken away.
Here come the Ice Bears shorthanded. They scored 2 yesterday. Solnikoff in front to Schumacher, and it went off of his stick. Now Schumacher can't pick it up. Solnikoff with the steal. Down the middle, Nikita looking, waiting. Nikita still with the puck. Still has it and chops it away enough for Schumacher to pick it up. Now to Solnikoff. He is cut off at the right side. Gets it up in front of Brown. He shoots, save Hindle. Rebound poked away. In front, score! Solnikoff. As Hindle tried to poke the puck away, and he got to it, but somehow it deflected behind him, and it was sitting in the crease, and Nikita Solnikoff scores. and the Ice Bears take a 1-0 lead.
You know, I can't help but think Mom and Dad Solnikov back home are going to enjoy that 30 seconds for a long time. What a show he just put on. Nikita Solnikov showing why he's one of the top players here at Missouri State University.
26th goal for Nikita Solnikov. And I'll tell you what, we're probably going to have to, like you say, go back about 30 seconds or so to see just exactly the movement that he made on that. Now, we'll go ahead and do that. In fact, we'll have to keep it early on when he stole the puck behind the net. But the Ice Bears have a shorthanded goal.
Ice Bears goal scored shorthanded by number 90, Nikita Solnikov. Assisted by number 18, Chris Brown. Time of the goal at 6:51 of the first period, scored shorthanded by number 90, assisted by number 18. That's a Missouri State.
So the Ice Bears with Cooley. Sollenbach had it off of his stick, and we turn the other way, and it comes out to center ice to Conroy.
Conroy has to split 3 defenders, but he drops it off instead. Nice drop pass to Kelsey, and he couldn't quite get the shot off. That wasn't Kelsey, that was Gass, Austin Gass, who got a pretty goal last night, but he couldn't pull the trigger that time as it goes back behind the crease, out in front, and a backhanded opportunity stopped by Griffin. Now the pass comes through the crease and all the way out.
Back down to the Mizzou zone. Hindle stops it. Nice flip pass as he gets it over to Conroy, and it's back in the Missouri State zone.
Quick line changes for both sides as the power play has expired, and the Ice Bears go back to work. Here's Barrett.
Left side with the V-line on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score! Well, Missouri State worked that give and go to perfection. And the B-line will get credit for some goals here and an assist, a couple of points, as Missouri State quickly gets goal number 2 here in the first period. That one just kind of a thing of beauty as the Ice Bears work this one. Barrett to O'Brien, back to Barrett, and it is a 2-0 advantage for Missouri State. This one, go ahead, Dan.
I was going to say O'Brien last night, actually the top points getter, as he had 2 goals and 3 assists for a total of 5 in last night's game.
Yeah, he's tied with another person that had 5, and Jordan Bratton. So both of them working in it. But this one is goal number 16 for Travis Barrett.
As they work it into the corner now, the Ice Bears with a 2-0 lead. Out to the point. Checked off there, taken by Jones. That's Ian Jones. He works with his brother, Ian.
Missouri State Ice Bears goal scored by number 12, Travis Barrett. Assisted by number 15, Zane O'Brien. And by number 35, Brady Griffin. Time of the goal at 8:17 of the first period, scored by number 12, assisted by number 15 and number 35. That's a Missouri State.
So when we get a chance, we will try to show you both goals. We haven't, well, we showed you the one. We haven't seen Nikita Solnikov's goal yet.
Only 3 more goals, and you can get that one.
And here's an opportunity for Mizzou, and a good save off of the blocker of Brady Griffin. And coming in on goal and having a great opportunity was Kevin Ward, but he couldn't make it happen. Here's a 3-on-1 for the Ice Bears.
Ice Bears work it to Perron. He's loose. Perron in front. Oh, save Hindle. Rebound, and Hindle has it.
He didn't know he had it. He was stretching the glove out like he was waiting for the rebound to come in, but he actually had it trapped under the pads.
Great work by Billy Hindle, playing his first game this season for the Mizzou Tigers.
2-0 your score. And by the way, that first goal came right about the same point as yesterday, as far as I think there was 11 shots on goal when they got that one home.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Yesterday was at 5:12. Here was 6:51. But you were going to say by the way, and I was going to say by the way, if it wasn't for Hindle, this would be a different game.
Oh yeah.
They probably have 6 or 7 on the board right now.
I tell you what, they've had a couple of good goaltenders in there.
Yeah, just need some players. That's really what it is.
That
behind the net.
bench.
Yep, Ice Bears with it. Here is Austin Davis. Now to the point. Gets it over down the middle. Anderson drive save. Saunders score! So the Ice Bears are pouring it on now here in the period. We're not even 10 minutes through, and it's 3-0. This one is the 6th goal of the season by Hunter Saunders.
Did we ever get a chance to play that Nikita Solnikov highlight?
Oh, no, still haven't. It's going to be 30 seconds worth, but here's Anderson with the shot. Saunders picks it up and puts it in. So you know Anderson will get an assist.
So already two points for him. No. I'm thinking of Barrett. So Mizzou trying to get something started here. Now he quickly trailed 3-0 after a barrage. Here's Salnikov with a toe drag, and he misses it wide to the right as he broke in on goal one more time. Ice Bears with Heiserode launches it, and this one a little bit wide to the left as well. Puck chipped up.
Missouri State Ice Bears goal scored by number 25, Hunter Saunders. Assisted by number 11, Brennan Anderson. And by number 71, Austin Davis. Time of the goal at 9:45 of the first period, scored by number.
So Austin Davis also going to get an assist on that along with Anderson. Out in front and a point blank shot on the side of the net, levied by Holden Carroll, and a tough save that time for Brady Griffin, but he got it.
All right, let's take a look at the Nikita Solnikov goal, and this is pretty much Nikita. First shot comes in, and I take it back. No, wrong goal. That is not the right goal. Hold on a second here. That was just Saunders' goal, but we'll catch it in a second.
Okay, as Mizzou tries to lift the puck back into the attacking zone, Derry Smith will get it behind his own net, sweeps it around into the corner, and taken back there by the Ice Bears. Nice outlet passing. Here's Barrett.
Across the line, Barrett's going to work it to O'Brien. Beeline on again. O'Brien with a shot. It gets deflected up, waiting for it to bounce as Barrett. Stepping in front of him is Colin Jones. Left side now, Brown with a shot. We'll talk to Brown also coming up in this intermission time. Puck to the far side. Brown tips it ahead. Now to Bratton from Barrett. Bratton with it. Looking around O'Brien. He gets checked up high. Bratton still with it. Brown left side, looking to the right to Smith. Instead, he shoots down the middle, and a big save. Okay, here is the Nikita Solnikov goal, and you know what? It just doesn't want to work.
It doesn't want to play for you, does it?
It wants to go back to that goal, and I do not know why that is. All right, we're going to try to figure this out here. Got to figure out why it's doing this. But anyway, we'll figure it out here a little bit later.
At least an intermission. We'll get it on there one way or the other. Lohman now works the puck for the Ice Bears in the attacking zone, gives to Perron. Perron steps around a defender, looks back out toward the point, now curls back toward the face-off circle, gets double team, loses the puck. Mizzou has it. Looking out on the right side as Colin Jones sends it into Brady Griffin. He has to come out of the net to play it, gets it quickly back the other direction. Lohman has it at the blue line, dumps it in. Ice Bears will try to track it down on the other side.
Okay, I think I got it. That was the tail end of it, but hopefully we've got the remainder of it, and we'll catch that in a moment.
Nick Haney for Mizzou. Now to the left side with a shot is Ward, and it's deflected a little bit far to the left-hand side. Ice Bears take it back. Maddie with a lead puck to Sasha Perron.
And he comes across the line. Apparently it's still onside. Stays in the zone. Same officiating crew as yesterday. The referee, Rich Powell, linesman Jason Carrera, and Mark Marzola.
Here's Kevin Ward, 1-on-2.
Puck is cleared ahead, and a good one-handed by Ward down in the zone.
You were going to say?
I was going to say, actually, it's two referee, one linesman system, so Paulo and Carrera are both referees today. Ice Bears will have it on the left side. Now from Sollenbach, it goes up the middle. Lounder drive and a big save there. Okay, one last time. Is this going to work this time? Here we go. So it's in the corner, and Nikita just really not only steals the puck, just works it all over the place. Almost has it stolen. And then finally it's taken away, and Nikita, after the first opportunity in the corner, still with it, working it up high, and then follows it up for the rebound and in. And, Yeah, Dan, about 30 seconds worth of that goal.
That's our longest highlight this year, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And worth every minute, or every second, I should say. As Mizzou now back on the attack, tries to get something to happen offensively, but they have to retreat momentarily. Intercepted. Johansson had it momentarily. Now it's tipped off of his stick. Mizzou gets it back. Jones with a backhander toward the goal. Where is it? It went off the post and in. It hit off of the glove of Brady Griffin and popped up right in the corner of the crossbar and came down behind him, and he kind of kicked it in with his own leg, I think, because he didn't know where it was. And it's a score as Jones comes up with it. That's going to be Colin Jones with the goal from Mizzou, and it's 3-1, and that's what happened last night.
Yeah, exactly. It happened early in the second period, but this time it comes with 6:33 actually, and it is a score for the Tigers. We'll catch the goal scorer in a moment.
Now, there may have been a player come in right at the tail end of that poked it in, but I think it just went off of the back of Brady Griffin's pad.
And I'll do my best to see if I can get a little bit better angle on that goal.
So the Ice Bears now only up by 2 as they get pinned back in their own zone. And another
Mizzou goal scored by number 11, Colin Jones. Assisted by number 8, Austin Gast, and number 28, Logan Conroy. Time of the goal at 13:27 of the first period. Scored by number 11.
It was
assisted by number 8 and number 28.
Okay, it was as I described it. The puck hit off the glove, hit right in the corner of the pipes, came straight down. Griffin didn't know where it was, moved his foot back just a little bit, and kind of kicked it in himself as another player came sliding into it. But it will stay with Colin Jones on the goal. So a 3-1 hockey game now as Missouri State University goes back to work offensively. Here's Anderson cutting to the middle, the shot, and a nice save by Billy Hindle.
Well, let's take a look at exactly what you said, Dan. It's just kind of a shot that went off of the glove, off the post. He kicked it in, and there you're off.
Hey, we're getting a plug from
the Ice Bears on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where all posts are by the players.
Well, we just missed our plug, but that's okay.
That's okay.
So it's a 3-1 game now, and the Tigers, if they get another one, it's going to be a little close here. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, 5:17 to go in the period. Near side boards in the Missouri State zone, tipped away briefly by Jones. That's Ian Jones. Now a shot by Brown misses wide to the right. Anderson to hold it in. Working, trying to get it over to Bratton off of Anderson. Now it's kicked ahead, taken away by the Tigers. And Colin Kelsey, averaging a goal a game. Kelsey, or a point a game, that is, not a goal a game. That would be something Nikita Solnikov does. It's to the corner now, past O'Brien, and he'll look it over to Bratton. But instead, go to Barrett. B-line on. Now to Brown. That's another B. Anderson with it. Or I take that back. They were looking to Anderson. Barrett with a shot. Hits O'Brien. Anderson with it again. Down the middle. Anderson shoots. It gets deflected. Goes to the near side. 4:26 to go in the period.
And you can already see Mizzou starting to save energy.
Yeah, definitely. Why do that? Why do as much as they have to? But it's still a 5-on-5, and the Ice Bears work it like it's a power play. Barrett to Brown. Spins, gets it over to O'Brien. Left side circle. Now is Barrett. Taken away from him, and Holden Carroll can't clear it. Ice Bears with O'Brien to Barrett in front, and a shot that missed wide by Bratton as he was falling down to the left. O'Brien with it again to Barrett. He shoots, save Hindle, and the rebound. Oh, that should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
Ian Jones played the puck with the goaltender's stick, and he also had his stick in his hands, and the officials let it go. O'Brien. He'll work it. Over to Brown. Now Brown.
You'll love the interview we did with Chris Brown later on.
Yeah, right face-off dot. Brown shoots, tip, just missed wide. O'Brien got the tip. 3:22 to go. Ice Bears still trying to work the puck. Still no whistle. This has been a long time without a whistle, and finally we get it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in on that scrum. That's something you don't see every day. 3:09 left in the first period. 3-1. Missouri State University with the advantage over the Mizzou Tigers. 20-5. The shots on goal right now in favor of Missouri State.
I'm trying to catch the part where, here it is, right here. We'll catch it on the next stoppage and play, Dan.
What are we catching?
The exchange between the goaltender and the player.
Oh, okay.
Here's Maddie with it. Maddie behind the net, intercepted by Haney, and it's cleared out to center ice.
Taken by Mizzou, and away streaks Haney. Nick Haney working in on Heisero, shovels the backhander in, save, rebound, pop loose momentarily, but Brady Griffin quick to pop down on top of it and stop play with 2:43 left in the first period.
So here's kind of the exchange here. Goaltender loses his stick, and there's the, we'll have to reset it here. We'll go ahead and reset it and give you a little bit better view of that here in just a moment.
As the Ice Bears try to work out of their own zone following the face-off. Puck still in the zone, now finally taken away by Perron, and he's on the move.
Al chipped away from him before he could get it across the line, and now the Tigers with possession. And we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage and play. And do we get a penalty?
I'm not sure what's happening. Perron having words.
I think we do. And I think Perron, both are going to go.
I didn't see what happened, but two players are headed to the bench.
Kevin Ward and Sasha Perron for Missouri State.
Perron can't believe he's going. Whatever happened.
Oh, here's that exchange again. Goaltender loses his stick. It's picked up. And maybe not. Maybe he got rid of the stick just ahead of the puck coming, but it came right to him.
Well, a little 4-on-4 hockey for you here with 2:23 left in the first period and a 3-1 Missouri State lead. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Castle. Alex Harmon, our videographer on WestSportsRadio.com tonight. Glad you could join us. Derek Smith with a shot and a shoulder save that time from Billy Hindle for Mizzou. Smith down low, spinning back. Sollenbach now into the contest. Back to Smith. Derek tried to toe drag. Good defense that time by Ian Young. Ian Jones, excuse me. Now Warnig cranks one up from the point. Pad save, and then collecting the rebound is Billy Hindle. Stop action.
149.
Where did you go?
What's that?
Where did you go?
I had to take care of a couple of quick issues that were going on. Had our day game manager come talk to us, or talk to me. Look, Dan, you're going to have to control yourself. That's all I know. Okay?
All right.
I vouched for you this one time.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, we just had a couple of issues.
I can't believe anybody found out about that.
Yeah, really. Exactly. Here's Derek Smith. He walks in, he shoots in up high, and Hindle makes the shoulder save. Near side boards, it is still held in, but the Ice Bears finally get an opportunity to move it out to center ice. It goes off the stick of Colin Jones, and Missouri State in their own zone will set it up again. Left to right, across the line. Brown will shoot it all the way in, chased down by Chad Lounder. We talked to Lounder yesterday. You think maybe he'd get a goal or something. Far side boards. Everyone does that we talk to. It is
most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. It's flipped down. Well, he got a couple of assists, so he did get some points. Under a minute to go in the first period. Here is Cooley behind the net. Cooley working up the middle, trying to get it to Lounder. 53 seconds to go. It is cleared to the corner. Now behind the net. Cooley still with it. 45 remains. Cooley sends it into Brown, poked away by Hindle. He lost his goaltending stick.
He threw his stick at it.
Well, he lost it as he dove down. I don't think he really threw it. Here comes an opportunity for Cooley again. Tipped right through, and Brown couldn't pick it up. Trying to get the goaltender his stick, and they finally give it to him. Now Hindle will have it as Anderson rolls around. Anderson walking in front, 20 seconds. Cooley with an opportunity, doesn't go. And an opportunity follow-up by Brown is covered up and smothered by Hindle.
Boy, 3 Mizzou Tigers down on the ice at the end of that play, and I think Hindle might have been injured a little bit. I think he collided with his own player. We might want to see if we can back that one up a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think Andrew Rushton and the goalkeeper, Billy Hindle, were involved in a collision there.
Well, here's the first opportunity as a player dove, and then the second opportunity here, and no, not really. I think they all just kind of dove and tried to do what they can do to keep the puck out. It was mostly Hindle that was able to do that, and he asked for a little bit of time, and the officials are granting that time. But here in the first period, it's a 3-1 lead for Missouri State. Shorthanded, Salnikov is 26th, Barrett his 16th, just about a minute and something later. And then Saunders his 6th at 9:45. And then at 13:27, Jones for Mizzou, his 2nd. Gast and Conroy with the assist, and that's where we are right now. Shots, though, are 25-6 in favor of Missouri State.
10 seconds left in the period as the Ice Bears have the puck in their own end. Bratton will take it out to center ice. The Ice Bears pretty much want to just see this period have an ending, and it does. And it's a 3-1 hockey game. Missouri State University with the advantage. 25-6 shots on goal in favor of Missouri State as well. And all in all, a happy bunch of Ice Bear fans here tonight.
Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, this courtesy of Dan Dow. And Eastern Michigan and Jamestown, no score through 1. Alabama sweeps Arkansas. They win today 6-4. Rhode Island sweeps Delaware with a 1-0 lead. Earlier on, it was Davenport sweeping Kent State with a 6-0 defeat. Adrian sweeps Stony Brook 3-1, their game today. And the Missouri State Division III squad, they split with Dordt. And it was a 4-1 loss for the Ice Bears after winning yesterday. So Missouri State's Division III squad, they're coming home with a split with their MACA rival Dordt. And getting back to Division I play, Jamestown 6, Eastern Michigan 5. Goals in this period. Shorthanded, Nikita Salnikov, and we'll have to play about 45 seconds of this. This was all Nikita, just making it look good, moving from left to right, trying to get everybody moving. Even after losing the puck, he's able to give it up and over to Brown, then back to Salnikov, and after he makes a shot into the corner, still is able to pick it up and keep it in play. And right there on the spot to poke it in, and Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. Brown with the assist, as I mentioned. That one coming at 6:51. Then at 8:17, Barrett with an assist, his 16th of the season. O'Brien and Griffin, and Missouri State has a 2-0 lead. Then Hunter Saunders gets into the scoring at 9:45 with his 6th of the season, puts it back in after Anderson's shot. Davis with the assist, and that's where we stand right now, with Jones actually making it a 3-1 game. And Jones's goal was a situation where it went off the glove of Griffin and he inadvertently kicked it in, and Missouri State with a 3-1 game after 1 period of play. Well, it looks like they have a kids hockey game out here.
Yeah, it must be overtime. It's 3-on-3.
Yeah, I like the overtime.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can give you a little bit of that. It's a stationary camera, so you can't see much right now.
Always fun to watch the little guys play. You know, the odds are that at least one of these guys that we've seen in these hockey games, youth hockey games this year, could end up on the Ice Bears someday.
Yeah, it's very possible.
You never know.
There we go.
There was a close shot.
That'll give you
a breakaway.
Yeah, some good view here as they play cross ice.
Clean break. Look out. Oh, nice save.
Oh, tried to poke it in 5-hole.
I like their version of a face-off. You just wing it out there, and whoever gets there first.
That's right.
This kind of games we used to play on the street.
Good save by the goaltender. Oh, and it comes the other way. Now they got to chase it again. Here might be a break. No.
Hey, played off the skate. Nice move. Uh-oh.
All sorts of fun here.
Love it.
Absolute blast. Well, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and talk to the Ice Bears' Chris Brown. And it was a good interview. You mentioned Dan, and we'll have a talk with the Ice Bears captain in just a moment after one period of play, 3-1 in favor of Missouri State.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. Talking now with the Ice Bears captain and one of their leading defensemen, Chris Brown. 6 goals, 12 assists for you, 18 points. You're a +4 this season. And Chris, you're kind of one of those offensive defensemen. And I don't know if head coach Jeremy Law really relies on that or wants that as far as this club. There's all this emphasis on defense, but it seems like this team gets it, and they understand that you have, because there's several offensive defensemen, including Anderson and Brennan Anderson. Right. So do you feel that your role is okay with the type of way that you play on this hockey club?
It's actually surprising that I'm offensive defenseman here, because usually growing up playing juniors and all that, I was more of a defenseman, stay at home, get the puck out and then kind of trail the play. But, I got here and I started playing with Brennan Anderson, and he kind of helped to evolve my game a little bit. And it also speaks to kind of the team that we have. We play north-south pretty quick. We're really fast, and we try and move pucks and get up the ice quick. And so I kind of had to evolve my game into kind of moving up with the rush, and it's really helped a lot. I'm contributing to the team more, getting points, and having a good year, so it's been nice.
As he was reading off your stats, which are fine stats for a defenseman, I noticed, he got past the 6 goals and the 12 assists. When he said plus-minus of +4, that's the one that made you smile the most.
Yeah.
That's what you really like, is getting out there and making sure you're part of the shift that scores some goals or makes things happen out there. Absolutely.
And it's not just being out there for goals for. I pride myself more as a defenseman, not giving up goals. That's something that I've always had a passion for. If I'm out there and we get scored on, I'll come to the bench and I'll be throwing stuff. I'll be really upset just because, you're in the last line of defense. You kind of feel like you're letting your team down a little bit. So that's something I pride myself on more, and then being out there for goals and contributing, that's a positive, but more so keeping the puck out of the net's my goal.
Because it has to do with both offense and defense. That
right.
Stat tells the whole story.
Right.
And one of the things that you talk about, taking pride in what you do, as a defenseman, you have the least amount of penalties on the team.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Usually, I'm sure you guys can hear me sometimes. I get pretty vocal out there, and I get pretty animated with the flow of the game, depending on how it's going. I'm sure some of the refs don't like me too much, but yeah, I just think something's
you
changed.
Want more penalties?
No, I don't want more penalties, but I'm sure I could have gotten more. But I think it's just a part of. I'm a big penalty kill guy. Goes along with keeping the puck out of the net. So just trying to stay on the ice and not hurting the team in ways of penalties, playing smart. Just through the years I've learned kind of simple things that I can do to kind of be on the better side of getting penalties, like moving my feet, staying in position, and it's really helped me to stay out of the box, that's for sure.
Chris Brown is joining us, defenseman for Missouri State. So you are the team president, and you kind of you're a captain, but you're kind of one of the go-to guys in the locker room, right? Mm. Did you expect this to be your role?
President, not so much. Last year, just talking to McClue a little bit on the road, I knew there was going to be a void, and I kind of just thought about it for a couple months here and there, and then all of a sudden elections came around, and it was like, well, you know what, I might actually do this. I think it could be something that suits me well, and we'll see what happens with it. I always like to be vocal in the locker room. That's my favorite part of the game, is being in the locker room with the guys, and I think I've always been more of a locker room personality. I talk a lot, so that helps me, and I like to joke around with the guys. But, you know, I just think it's just kind of, you get with a group of guys and your personality comes out, and I've just been fortunate enough that I got named a leader and named president. It's been a great ride.
Well, speaking of McClue, you had to wait a little while to get that number on your jersey there.
I did. I've been through 3 numbers in 3 years here. But I really wanted to wear number 18. It's something that my dad was number 18 in college, and I started picking it up when I was young playing baseball, and it's been kind of like a little family salute to him. My brother actually started wearing 18 as well, so it's kind of a family tradition we have. So I had to wait a little bit, but I finally got it.
And then, you know, pure coincidence, I'm sure, but his 18, McClue's 18, and your 18 both end up being team leaders. Is something about that number?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just worked out like that. McClue's a great person as well, and he's been a great role model. And now we got him on the bench too, so he's still around. But yeah, it's funny how things work out. I'm actually in his stall in the locker room too, so it's been weird.
And you mentioned baseball. You have a brother that plays for Missouri State, wore number 18. That's got to be nice. Do you guys kind of compare? I mean, you can compare and contrast all you want, but on the outside looking in, I would say that maybe 90% of people you poll are going to say hockey's a much more tougher sport than baseball.
Right, yeah.
Do you guys rib each other on that?
Well, my brother, he's a big specimen. He's 6'2", about 220, so I don't get to throw too many jabs at him. But I like to tell him that I'm a little bit tougher than him just because of hockey. He'd beg to differ with, I think he's gotten hit in the mouth a couple times. He's lost a couple teeth. He looks more like a hockey player than I do.
That's funny.
But yeah, I give him some jabs here and there, but I come from more of a baseball family, so I kind of got to keep my mouth shut and just kind of go with the flow.
Well, which one hurts? That's a brotherly love thing. Which one hurts more, a baseball bat or a hockey stick?
Ooh. You know, I've never been hit by a baseball bat. Baseball, I've been hit with a couple times, but you get hit with hockey sticks and fingers and the back of the leg and weird places, and it'll hurt more than you think. So I'd have to go with hockey stick, but I'm sure if I'm talking to my brother, we'll have to agree to disagree.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question. If you're posed with a situation where it's a Stanley Cup final or it's the All-Star game for Major League Baseball, and you have to pick between the two.
That's not a fair comparison. No, it's got to be a Stanley Cup final versus a World Series game.
But Stanley Cup finals don't happen when World Series happens.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's the only reason I'm asking that. Okay,
right.
let's change it around then. Let's say this.
Okay. We'll be done arguing in a minute. We'll get back to you on this.
You're given the opportunity or the choice. You can choose one or the other whenever it gets played. Would you pick a Stanley Cup final game or would you pick a World Series game to attend?
You know, it actually might depend on the teams that are playing. I would like to say a Stanley Cup game. Hopefully the Blues are in it eventually. But I don't know. I'm a big sports guy. Guys on the team give me a lot of crap about it. You'll pretty much always catch me watching sports if it's on. So depending on the team, but you know, there's a lot of rich history in baseball as well. But I've never been to a Stanley Cup final hockey game, so that'd be nice. Not so much a World Series game either, but it'd be nice to see the atmosphere in a rink, especially because it's enclosed, and I'm sure it'd be a pretty rowdy crowd. I've been to a couple of Blues playoff games, and they've been just an incredible experience. So I'd have to go with the Stanley Cup game.
Defenseman Chris Brown is joining us.
If it was your parents, and they had to choose between your Stanley Cup final or his All-Star game, your brother's All-Star game, which one do you think they'd go to?
I think we'd have one going one way and one going the other, just to keep things equal.
You know, I've been to several Blues games, and a lot of the times I want to get down in front on the ice or behind or in the lower bowl. One time, just for the heck of it, I wanted to see what it was like, and I got tickets center ice, but at the very last row of the arena, which is now the Enterprise Center. I got to tell you, it's awesome up there.
It is.
It is so cool to be up there. You can see, and it's a lot of fun. If I had to get season tickets and they said, okay, you can only get the last row, I would take it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. You get to see the game within the game. You get to see a lot of stuff develop up there. And you also get to see a lot of funny fans and a lot of funny interactions up there. So you get the full fan experience out there, that's for sure.
Okay, so what was one of your most funniest situations or things that had happened when you were at a Blues game?
I saw a fight at one Blues game. That was rather interesting. Do you mean like on the ice or in the stands?
Whatever struck your memory.
Whatever.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go away from the Blues game here. I think it was whenever the Frozen Four was in St. Louis, a buddy's dad and the buddy, they took me out there, and we were sitting front row, and we were watching T.J. Oshie when he was playing for North Dakota, and I think they were playing Boston College, and so we're sitting front row just kind of watching the game. I'm taking it all in, and a puck goes out of play, and there's no netting, and I guess what happened was I hit a guy in the head, and it bounced 2 rows in front of me, hit my buddy in the shoulder, then hit me in the arm, and landed right between us, and I quickly grabbed it. And, I was kind of sitting there looking at it. Cool Frozen 4 puck, and I saw the guy was bleeding pretty bad. And so I went up to him, and I was like, hey, like, does this guy want the puck? Like, he's bleeding really bad, like, he can have it. And the usher goes to me, and she goes, oh, no, he's already got one. This is the second time this week. so that's probably the funniest I got there.
Yeah, I got to hand it to you. I was wondering how you're going to get a happy story out of a guy getting creamed with a puck.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't think it was so funny, but it was interesting to hear from me.
Chris Brown is our guest, defenseman for Missouri State. Of course, you play with Brennan Anderson on a line, and I don't know if you necessarily care. I know at one point, and I think Brennan has kind of given up for this year, but he used to tell me all the time, hey, I got an assist. You need to add a point for me. Do points matter to you? I'm not saying it really does for him, but I just... At the time, he wanted to be the leading defenseman in the ACHA, but do points matter?
I would say yes and no. From a team perspective, no. I'm sure Brennan will say at the end of the day, whether the team wins or not is what matters in the end. But in the locker room, it's always fun to have more points. I know Brian Schumacher's been giving me a lot of grief this year, and I've been giving it back to him because I have more goals than him, and this is like the first time that's ever happened. And even speaking to last night, I get to the bench after Brennan scored that goal, and he goes, I had to score. I can't let you beat me in points. So it matters in a jokingly way, but at the end of the day, wins are what count the most.
And speaking of that, the Ice Bears right now in a very good position, and it's really interesting because the ACHA put out if the playoffs start now or if the Nationals start now. So here's what would happen. If it started right now, Missouri State would play Pittsburgh, which is the number 20 team. And if the Ice Bears win that game, they would play Iowa State next.
Most likely.
Well, that's the way it would work out. They'd play the number 4.
Right.
And so if everything started right now, you'd get a rematch against Iowa State. Now, I know that the team is hoping that doesn't happen because they're hoping they're going to get a bye coming out being 12 or higher, and obviously at 13 right now, as high as number 6. You've been with this club now, and you've seen how it's changed. There's such a progression with this team that has really gone from a team that maybe had when I say a stigma attached, I mean there were some issues that really had to get solved. They got solved, and now it's like the team's just flying.
Yeah, it's been really quick, actually. It's been a quick transition. My freshman year, we had a lot of heart. We just couldn't really get things done, just couldn't find a way. We had some big wins, speaking to the sweep against Iowa State here. We brought in the new coach, just kind of bought in more, had some more structure, and things kind of took off last year. And I think last year was just a wild ride going from where we were. I think the stat was like we made the largest jump in rankings from beginning to end.
Yep.
And this year we started off really quick. We moved up to number 6. We've kind of been teetering a little, and then especially at semester we lost Andrew Kovacic, and that's really tough. But we're still hanging around at number 13, and we're still always trying to find a way to improve our game, and hopefully we can catch a streak here and really move back up and position ourselves well for a playoff run. That'd be nice.
Chris, pleasure talking to you. Good luck down the stretch.
Thank you very much.
And always, like I tell everybody, I wish you more goals, so grab a couple, all right?
Will do.
Plus minus, baby.
There you go. Chris Brown's our guest. Thanks so much. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
We return to Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Alex Harmon on Web Sports Radio. As the Ice Bears have a 3-1 lead after 20 minutes of play, and Dan, different game here. And I don't know if Missouri State is just all glitterized by the big fans they have, or if the Mizzou Tigers with their new goalie, Billy Hindle, is playing lights out right now.
Well, yeah, and I think for the first half of that period, Mizzou was giving it everything they got. Now, you could kind of tell later on in the period that they were starting to run out of steam a little bit and started playing back on defense a little bit more, clogging up the lanes near their goaltender, Billy Hindle, helping him out a little bit and conserving some energy. And the plan really worked for him fairly well compared to what we saw last night, and a good 3-1 hockey game here at the end of one period of play. I think the Ice Bears really needed the spark provided by Nikita Solnikov in this hockey game. They were kind of playing lackluster up until that moment. Nikita came out on his first shift, which was actually a penalty kill, and just lit this place up with an exhibition of stick handling and shooting ability, and got the Ice Bears going on the right direction. But up until that point, it was very much a hockey game, and still is at 3-1.
Yeah, the Russian product just kind of shows why he's the leader for Missouri State. With everything he's been doing, 26 goals, 20 assists, 2 power play goals, and he was right there on the spot to put the puck in the net, and he's the guy right now for the Ice Bears. He's been kind of doing it all, and he has had 3 hat tricks this season.
Yeah.
2 against Arizona State and 1 against Colorado State. So.
Yep. Of course, we had a hat trick last night with Travis Barrett getting the honors.
Yep.
Had a couple other players that got a couple of goals on the night. So anything can happen down the stretch. For Mizzou, it's asking a lot for that team, as shorthanded as they are, to play that way for the entire game. It's just asking a whole lot. But you know what? You keep the adrenaline going, you keep the hope going, and I've seen stranger things happen. So you never know.
Well, you know, I remember years ago, Dan, I don't remember exactly who the team was, but Missouri State was down by a score of 5-1. And I told you that I thought the Ice Bears were going to make a comeback and win this game, and your mentality at that time was, it's never going to happen. And I remember it happening, and you looked at me with shock, like, how did you know this?
Yeah.
And it's just when a team decides that they are not going to take no for an answer. And it's happened to Missouri State many times. The Ice Bears have had leads where the other team just said, it's not going to happen. And that has happened to Missouri State. Want to take a quick check of the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Dan Dow. And Liberty has a 7-2 lead over Rochester College. That is through 2 periods of play. Michigan, Dearborn, and Calvin, they are no score through. You know, Dan, I almost want to give up.
I know. When music is like that, it's very hard to say anything.
Absolutely want to give up here.
Yeah, and thankfully they don't play it that loud during the game itself. As both teams make their way back onto the ice. I hope you can hear us on WebSportsRadio.com, because we certainly can't hear ourselves.
I was going to say, we cannot hear ourselves at all. It is just absolutely loud here. If you can hear us, well then, fantastic. But getting back to the out-of-town scoreboard, as I mentioned, Liberty 7, Rochester College 2 through 2, Dearborn and Calvin, no score through 1. NYU beat Syracuse 5-4 in a shootout. And Lindenwood, they split with Central Oklahoma. Lindenwood takes a 6-1 victory over Central Oklahoma.
I've been to rock concerts that weren't this loud.
Well, and again, we have a speaker that is literally right over us.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do with that. It is literally in front of you, Dan, and it is something that we're going to have to talk to our audio guy about. Meanwhile, second period is underway. Missouri State will skate from the right to the left, and from the left to the right, it'll be the Mizzou Tigers. Quickly, shot comes in on the Ice Bears goaltender, Brady Griffin. He has to steer it aside, but the Tigers keep it in. We're 5-on-5, and the Ice Bears kick it out quickly, but it's Drew Rushton to send it right back in on a delayed offside.
And you can see what the rest has done for Mizzou. They like that intermission break. They come out with a little fire.
And they steal the puck here, and Gass just brought it in as Colin Jones could not clear the zone. Well, they would have had a great break there.
But you can see there's an extra little zip in their step right here to start this second period. They'd like to see this thing get back to being a one-goal hockey game. And the Ice Bears are going to have to step up their game a little bit. Mizzou is on the charge right now.
Face-off just outside the Missouri State zone. Sent into Saunders, and he'll backhand it and get a return pass and try to send it over to Sollenbach.
Taken by the defense for Mizzou. Up ahead it comes.
Across the line. Brady Griffin, the southpaw, flips it out, but not, or play over, but not out, that is. And finally, Missouri State with a 3-on-2.
Here's Sollenbach to Saunders. Saunders backhand to Chris Brown, and he collides in on the goaltender without really getting the shot off, and they'll unpile.
It was stopped, I believe, by Rushton, and I believe it actually went underneath him and very close to closing the hand on the puck, but he let it stay under his body and did not touch the puck until he got up and the officials could know that he was not closing his hand on it, that it's actually his body.
Austin Davis wins the draw from Kelsey. An immediate shot is a little bit wide to the right. Ice Bears pick it back up, comes back out to the point. Smith cranks one off and a nice pad save, this time by Billy Hindle of Mizzou. Comes out to the point. Brown has it back, goes to the right side. They work it down through the slot. It's kicked out again by one of the defensemen. Ice Bears still have it. Spencer Solomon, is that Solomon? No, that's Brown. That's Brown on the right point. And the Ice Bears work it down low to Davis. Austin has some help behind the goal. Try to work it back out to Smith on the left point. Ice Bears playing it like a power play as once again Mizzou decides to back up a little bit, save some energy, play a nice tight defense in close to their goaltender and protect him a little bit, and it pays off a little bit. Ice Bears can't find a place to go. Now Smith cranks up a big shot. This one deflected up high and hard off the glass. Another centering shot goes through, and finally Mizzou picks up the puck.
They'll work it ahead, but it's off of the stick of Kelsey and intercepted by the Ice Bears. Down on their last shot by Derek Smith. Nobody saw it. I mean, it was a hard shot that just went high and wide, and even the goaltender Hindle didn't know where it was.
No, and it, fortunately for Mizzou, just deflected off of something in there. They get the puck back.
2-on-2 into the zone. Now looking is Ian Jones. Gets a shot off. It goes behind the net. Ice Bears with Nikita Salnikov. 17:23 to go in the second period. Ice Bears have a 3-1 lead. Salnikov down the middle.
Still working with it through traffic. Finally, he gets ridden off the puck, and it comes back out the other way.
Sent all the way down.
Check too many that time.
Yeah, sent all the way down. No icing, though, as Griffin came out. 17:04 remains, and the Ice Bears will try to set things up. Anderson has some pressure, so Brown will work it. Coming up at the second period intermission, we will talk with Craig Suntrup, goaltender, as we get an icing call here, that was in yesterday's game. Only played hockey for, at least organized hockey, for 2 years.
Yeah. Barely played pond hockey as a kid.
Yeah, actually less than 2 years, if you want to consider that.
And just decided one day he liked the game and wanted to give it a try.
I'll tell you, when I first started playing, after 2 years, I was lucky just to make a couple of saves. I mean, half the time I made the save because it was just a weak clearing pass.
Nice move by Brennan Anderson into the zone, but he dropped it off to the Mizzou Tigers, and it comes the other direction. This might be an icing. No, it's going to be played.
Yep, as Griffin will to wave off the icing. 16:30 remains. Anderson gives it ahead to Solnikov, to Cooley.
To Schumacher, and offside is Solnikov. And they'll bring it back outside. 16-23, or is that 15? I can never tell.
It's 16-23.
Yeah.
Want to mention something that fun is going on. It's the Police versus Fire charity hockey game, and it benefits the Greene County 100 Club. It's going to be all part of the Missouri State's Division III squad. They will play at 2 o'clock that day. Then this game, and then the Ice Bears Division I team will play right after that at 7, so we hope you'll tune in for it. You can get your tickets now right here at the Jordan Valley Ice Park. It's right in front, score! It was tipped in. Kevin Ward will get it. It's 3-2 now. The Tigers have come back.
And give Colin Kelsey a huge assist on that one as he found a way to get the pinpoint pass right out in front of Griffin to make that shot possible for Ward. And guess what, folks? We got a hockey game. It's 3-2.
Ward made things happen right out in front, and the Ice Bears are now only leading by 1. Let's take a look at this one here. On a nice feed in front, and Ward up over the shoulder of the southpaw goaltender. Gets his 8th of the season. 2nd straight goal by the Tigers, and they have made this a 1-goal hockey game.
We'll see if maybe there's another assist to go with it. I'm sure Colin Kelsey will get one.
See if I can take a look at this. And it looks like it's going to be Ward with Kelsey. And is there a 20 Haney in there? They gave an assist.
Nick Haney?
Yeah, they gave it an assist to him.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and there's a shot by Barrett and a score on the other end, and the answer from the Ice Bears comes quickly with 15:49 left here in the second period. It's 4-2 Ice Bears.
This coming at 4:11. And the Ice Bears grab another 2-goal advantage.
Barrett with his 4th goal in 2 nights. And it is 4-2. Travis had a big night last night with 3 goals and an assist. As we go back to play, we'll get the call here in a second from Kevin Thoreau. And Nick Haney chipping the puck ahead for Mizzou. Carries deep into the zone is Kelsey. Warning crunches him into the board, and things have gotten a little more spirited than they have been lately. Down the other way, Maddie's going to have to race
goal
for it.
Scored by number
Out
7,
in front,
Kevin Ward.
shot saved.
Assisted by number 20, Nick Haney, and number 4, Colin Kelsey.
Okay, so
time
we
of the goal
got
at
the call,
3:47 of the second period. Scored by number 7, assisted by number 20 and number 4. On the Missouri State Ice Bears goal, scored by number 12, Travis Barrett. Assisted by number 61, Carson Warning. And by number 9, Jordan Bratton.
Oh, big hit level
time
by
of the goal at
Perron.
4:11 of the second period, scored by number 12.
Perron got a huge shot in.
So 14:45 remaining.
On Andrew Rushton.
And here comes Perron.
Sasha Perron cuts to the middle, looks for some room, shoots, saved by Hindle. It comes back outside, and a steal. Here's a 2-on-1.
Working it left side, Kelsey and passes it back behind. He tried to get it to Holden Carroll, and we come the other way for the Ice Bears. End-to-end action.
Perron with a wrister. Nice blocker save, chipped up into the top of the glass, still in play though. Out to the point and barely outside the line. Ice Bears will have to retreat. They'll go for a line change while they're at it. 31-9 shots on goal, a 4-2 hockey game. As Mizzou finding a little extra steam. Puck played with a high stick, but the Ice Bears will keep it in play.
13:56 to go in the period. And what was a close game at 3-2 is now 4-2 in favor of Missouri State. The last goal by Barrett, his 2nd of the game, and 17th of the season at 4:11. And Dan, that came, if I can do my math here, 24 seconds later.
Didn't take long. Here's Heiserode. Oh, he fanned on the drive. Got the puck back at the blue line. Now dumps it deep into the corner. Taken there by Mizzou's Vito Brown. Brown shovels it back around to the far half board, taken away by the Ice Bears. Still on the attack in the zone. Here's Heiserode on the left point. Wrist shot is knocked down and sent back behind the goal by Holden Carroll. Now into the corner. Out to the point. Here's Johansson. Johansson almost had it taken away by Jones. Collin almost had himself a break, but Johansson gets the shot off and is straight into the glove of Billy Hindle.
Take a look at the last two goals. This one by Mizzou to make it a 3-2 game. This is Ward tipping it up over the shoulder of Griffin. And then the Ice Bears' Travis Barrett comes back. And Barrett's down the middle, kind of leaning to the right side, and he puts it in. A Missouri State answers back just 24 seconds later on their 31st shot. And it's 4-2 in favor of the Ice Bears over the Mizzou Tigers. Again, this is going to be the final time that the Division I squad will play the Mizzou Tigers. We're going to pass the torch, and it's going to be the Division III squad next season who will play the Mizzou Tigers. Same atmosphere, same fun, same frivolity, everything. 7 o'clock starts for both nights, and we hope you'll tune in.
Nikita Solnikov with a steal, tried to get it to Schumacher. It was tipped away. Out to the point. One-timer by Smith is redirected and gloved down by Hindle, but he couldn't contain it, and it comes all the way back out to the neutral zone. Ice Bears will take it back there with Cooley. Hunter has it poked off of his stick. Batted back out to center ice. Smith will send it in. Played by Hindle around behind his own net. Mizzou picks it up in the black and gold, looking for an opening somewhere. They finally do get it across.
And trying to send it in was Kevin Ward. We're going to get a penalty. It's interference against Missouri State.
I think it's going to be on Carson Warnig.
And so it'll be a power play. This will be number 2 for the Tigers. So I mentioned the Division III team will play the Ice Bears next year, January 17th and 18th of 2020. That'll be the dates. We already have them set for you.
By the way, before we forget, one of our most ardent Missouri State University Ice Bears fans on the sideline tonight, listening at home, I'm sure. Want to give a big shout out to Belinda Bradley. Miss you at the rink, Belinda. Hope you get to feeling better. See you next time the Ice Bears play here.
Her correct title, the correct title is Ombudsman. She's the Ombudsman.
See, I can't pronounce that. That's why I said one of our most ardent fans.
There you go. Tigers working the power play now. And cross-ice pass off a Brown stick. Comes out in front. Save. Griffin. Rebound. Up the middle again off the stick of Ward and out to center ice for the Ice Bears.
Short-handed is Bratton. He'll just dump it into the zone. The Ice Bears will keep the same 4 on the ice, however, and play back around the blue line on defense. Puck slides across right in front of the Ice Bears bench, picked up by Jones.
Jones will have it across the line, intercepted as the B line's on now. Bratton intercepted it. Brown for Missouri State. He's able to clear it and get it out to center.
Kelsey will try to restart the attack here with 1:03 left in the power play. Hounded in his own end, lost the puck momentarily, but his brother, Ian
Jones with a good backhander. Now he comes down the middle, and it's intercepted as Brown pushes Jones out of the way. Now the Tigers with possession. They send it in on the late offside, so that'll give Missouri State's Brown a chance to set things up. So we know that Brown, based on our interview, the first period intermission, he'll take a Stanley Cup championship that he'll attend more than he will a World Series game.
I would too. There is Anderson on a short-hander. Centers through to O'Brien, and a good stop by Billy Hindle in anticipation of O'Brien's tip-in. Almost got a second shorty tonight. Nikita Solnikov got one to start things for the Ice Bears tonight. 12 seconds left in the power play for Missouri. Still a 4-2 hockey game.
Blast from the red line in, and a big save. It's a shot from Colin Jones. Now the hitting's starting to pick up, Dan. With the power play over, sorry.
I was going to say the power play has ended, and we're back at 5-on-5 hockey. 10-14 left. The Ice Bears in the attacking zone. Now they lost it momentarily. Heiserode is going to have to wait for everybody to come back on side. They'll just dump it into the corner. Nobody knew where it was momentarily. And now they'll race for it in the corner, and it's won by Bratton. Bratton working against his like number, Vito Brown. Out in front, And a good sliding stop by Hindle and swept out of there by the defensive work of, I believe that was Vito Brown, who got a stick in there and cleared the crease a little bit, helping out his goaltender. 5-on-5, Ice Bears with the puck. Sam Heiseroth at the point, slides one through the crease, and it's a little bit wide to the right. Now into the corner, they'll battle. Back on this near side, here's Sasha Perron, tries to curl around, gives it to Heiseroth. His shot off the blocker of Hindle. Back behind the goal. Now on the right side, and this one fired wide off the end board and all the way to the near half board. Ice Bears in control, can't quite get one on net, and now it's finally swept out of there. This might be an icing if it weren't played by Brady Griffin. And he gets it quickly back the other direction as the Ice Bears are much in favor of keeping the action going against this short bench. In low, a steal, and no opportunity for Sasha Perron as it rolled off the end of his stick.
But it does come down to Conroy. He'll have it for the Tigers in the Missouri State zone. Conroy with a shot and a save. Rebound up the middle off the side. Low along the goal line by Jones is turned the other way. Here's Saunders.
Saunders on right wing. Tries to center it through, a little bit too far ahead of the play. Ice Bears get it back though. Chris Brown to Johansson. Down low, Saunders trying to work it to Schumacher on the slot. And the puck ends up underneath Billy Hindle. Stopping play with 8:30 left here in the second period. 4-2, Missouri State with a slim lead over the University of Missouri.
And the Ice Bears, or excuse me, the Tigers are really making the Ice Bears work for a lot of things here. Shots are 34-11, but Hindle is making the saves when he has to. And you know, Dan, if the Tigers get the next goal here, I think they're going to have a great momentum opportunity here.
Well, like we said last night, you get a little adrenaline going, and you never know what can happen.
Oh, Warnick just tipped it wide, too. Big save.
Barely. And that was close to being an Ice Bears goal. Ice Bears still on the attack. Sollenbach back behind the goal, gives it on the right side. Now up top, here's Warnick. Now over on the right-hand side to Johansson. Down low in the slot, Saunders takes a whack at it, can't get to it. Mizzou with some defensive efforts, get it into the near corner, and they'll fight for it there. Players begin to stack up along the half board. Now it's taken away by Mizzou, lifted high, and right off the top of the scorekeeping glass. And back into the zone it goes. Here's Saunders deep in the corner, spins back, backhanded pass is intercepted. Jones has it for Mizzou.
Jones across the red line, and the Ice Bears barehead now to the blue line, intercepted by Missouri State as Davis is there to bring it over to Saunders. Stolen momentarily by Carroll, and it's taken away by the Ice Bears, right to left in the Tiger zone.
Davis will do the chores while everybody else goes for a line change. Davis is tripped up, but the puck played by Rushton, so no tripping call there. And it comes to the near half board. Mizzou will take it, coming out of their own end.
Tigers now with 7:04 to go in the period. Pass up the middle, intercepted by Brown. Now to Cooley, past him, and Tigers shoot it right back in. And delayed offside, they clear the zone. Griffin will stop it there. Give it over to Anderson. Anderson and Solnikov play catch. Nikita Solnikov, goal number 26, and boy did he make it count, from the Penza Russia product.
Here's Cooley trying to work it in on the left wing, absorbs a shoulder shot and keeps right on going all the way back behind the goal. Mizzou steals it away, gets a roller on goal the other way.
And a line change for the Tigers. 6:21 to go in the period. Brown now to Salnikov.
Salnikov steps around one man, looks in toward the middle, now goes to the right. Waiting, can't find an opening, goes back to Brown at the point. Brown goes left side, down into the corner comes the puck. Back out for Anderson. Anderson lost it off the end of his stick, but it's recovered nicely by Cooley, and Cooley takes the shot, and this one is blocked away by Hindle. Shot from the point. This one goes wide. Ice Bears with a relentless attack, and now finally it is just cleared down the ice. Griffin does Mizzou a favor and plays the puck, so no icing. Now quick line change for both sides. And that is a good philosophy right there for Brady Griffin. Why stop play? Tire these guys out. Here's Schumacher on the other side, wide up and goal, and two posts. Oh my my goodness, Hindle was caught completely out of the crease. 2 shots off the post in a row.
Goalie's best friend, you have to like the post. And that's exactly what it was, where both shots go right off the post after good open opportunity. There's one in the second one and the follow-up, and Hindle is able to hold on to it.
Wow. You can't get a goal any more wide open than that.
That could be a turning point if Mizzou is able to get another goal here.
Yeah, no kidding. Bratton will step into the face-off circle and go against Ashton, and it comes up with a shot on goal. Save, rebound, sliding across for the rebound is Hindle as well, as he gets 2 big saves there. Now another shot blockered away off of the stick of Zane O'Brien. Ice Bears putting all kinds of pressure on here with 5:05 left in the second period. They're up by 2. Here's Bratton to the wing, down low again. They tried to give it to O'Brien. He got the puck, but it was too late to get a shot off. Now on the other side, another shot goes off the glove, off the stick of Bratton. Back out top, down low on the slot, chipped in toward the goaltender on a nice backhanded effort by O'Brien, but Hindle equal to that one, and it's still 4-2.
Don't forget, we will have the Ice Bears Coaches Show live tonight from Civil Kitchen and Tap. That comes at 10:30 on our sister station, KBFO. Actually, we're going to be on Jock 98.7 FM tonight, and that'll be on radiospringfield.com. We'll also have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio on the audio feed, and we hope you'll tune in for that. It'll be our final show, which features the Ice Bears Division I team playing the Mizzou Tigers. Again, the Reigns move on to the Division III squad for next season.
Nick Haney actually won the draw from Mizzou, but the Ice Bears wasted no time getting it back, and they're back on the attack now. They have Carson Warnick standing at the blue line as the only defensive man back right now. 4 attackers, really, for all intents and purposes. Now they rotate and put 2 back on the blue line as they try to work down low. Mizzou all over it defensively at the moment. Now Warnick will try again from the right point this time. Works down low, back out top. Carson working on the wing. Salnikov spins around, sends it on the wing on the left side. Out back in front, trying to get it back to Perron, and he missed it.
Austin Gast will send it in, and as he puts it in, the Ice Bears will drop it down and set it up. Line change for the Tigers, now with 3:45 remaining. Coming up, our intermission guest will be goaltender Craig Suntrup of the Missouri Tigers. He is dressed tonight. All 3 goaltenders dressed tonight.
Warnick. We thought he had the night off.
Yeah, when we talked to him, warm-ups were going on, and you'll hear about that.
There's a backhander in down low by Perron, and a good job by Hindle to knock that one aside. Off a dual effort. 41-12 shots on goal blossoming in favor of the Ice Bears right now as Sam Heiseroth works the defensive line with Patrick Johansson. Oh, there's a one-timer, and that must have stung as his stick was stopped by a defenseman, Sasha Perron, with the shot, and all of a sudden he's going forward and the stick just stopped on him as it made contact with the defense. Mizzou comes back with the puck.
Tigers with it. Haney kicked off of his stick, now directed to the corner and offered out to center ice.
Maddie will head man the puck to Sasha, and Perron gets cornered, has to go back the other direction. Lohman gets a stick on the puck, sends it down low to Maddie. Back to Lohman on the doorstep, and he couldn't stuff it on the short side of Billy Hindle. Comes back outside. Here's Brown with a shot. Save Hindle. Left side, and a bouncer that comes through the crease, deflected off of the stick of Schumacher from the initial shot by Heiseroth. Now it's back down low. Bratton couldn't do anything with it. It comes out, or Lohman rather couldn't do anything with it, and it comes all the way down.
Line change for the Ice Bears. Quickly Griffin gets it up to center, past Brown, and back in.
Mizzou will wing it.
In on goal this time, and another save by Griffin.
And back out to Sollenbach now. Let's see what they can do on this line. Here's Launder in the middle, and Saunders on the far right-hand side, but the puck is lost out to center ice.
Ward had to go off of his stick. Here's Brown.
Brown looking in, drops it off to Saunders. Saunders works around all the way down in behind, tries the wraparound backhander, and it's stuffed right there. Good defensive work by Mizzou. Now back out to the point, Brennan Anderson. He works defense with Brown. He'll crank it up, save. Rebound is loose out in front, and Hindle manages to fall on top of it, somewhere under that sprawling body, and now we've got a mix-up.
Well, not happy with what happened with Saunders, and he's going to go.
Yeah, he's going to skate straight in.
That should be the only penalty.
Now the music's even loud on this now.
Oh, it's extremely loud. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here.
Somebody found the 11 knob.
And probably the 15 knob. 4 penalties, 8 minutes for Missouri State. Ice Bears penalty kill, 85.1%, 22.48. Now I can hear myself think, 22 for 148.
Here comes Salnikov breaking through a couple of defenders, finally gets taken out of the play, but shoves one aside and goes back and gets the puck anyway.
Ice Bears in today's game have already scored their 7th shorthanded goal of the season. That was goal number 1. Final minute of play here in the period. Now, there should be about, a minute and 8 or 9 seconds left on the power play, barring any further penalties. So the Ice Bears will start the 3rd period with a man advantage. Tigers steal, Ward. Everybody gets on side, and then it's Carroll who will shoot it in. 36 seconds. With Brown. Outlet to Schumacher.
Schumacher to Salnikov. Salnikov tried the toe drag. Good job by Young to get in there and take it away. And Ian Young has the puck. Backpedals toward the blue line.
And Jones had it ripped away from him, so it'll be Kelsey. Kelsey will transfer it back and set it up for Colin Jones. Kelsey again places it all the way around the boards, and with 2 seconds, that should do it for the period.
But a hockey game it is. 4-2 is your score at the end of 2. Missouri University blasted last night 15-2. Finds themselves keeping up with the Ice Bears. It's a 4-2 hockey game and only 2-goal difference.
18 shots on Billy Hindle, 2-period total of 42. 7 on Brady Griffin, 2-period total of 13. And 2 goals in that period. They both were 24 seconds apart. And the first goal at 3:47, Ward gets it. And at that point, his 8th of the season, Haney and Kelsey, and it's a 3-2 hockey game. And all of a sudden, the Tigers are enjoying that. And boy, didn't Ward like that. And then the Ice Bears come back just 24 seconds later. Barrett says, not so fast. 17th of the season, 2nd of the game, Warnig and Bratton. And that's where we stand right now as the Ice Bears have a 4-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Dan, before we get into the interview, I know you have some paperwork you've been trying to show me for a long time.
Well, yes, there was a discussion last night during the broadcast. I had brought up a point that I had heard a long time ago, that the reason you call Mizzou was because at one time Missouri was known as Missouri State University. And when you say the letters MSU quickly, you get Mizzou. And I was met with a little disdain, a little bit of ribbing, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, not only by yourself, but by Dr. Ben Goss, by Stan Melton, and by his friend, which I understand was a senator.
He's a state senator, yes.
Yeah, state senator.
Which he is on the board of education, so we're not going to mention his name.
No, we're not going to mention his name. And his take on it was that no, it was never known as Missouri State University. However, there was a rumor that surfaced about the time that Southwest Missouri State was changing their name to Missouri State University, and he thinks that's how the whole thing got started, was by rumor. Now, I would like it known that I did some research online, that I know you're going to take the other side of this, but I did some research online that said, quote, In 1908, the world's first journalism school was opened at Missouri University and became notable for its Missouri method of teaching. About the same time, and it was during this time that the nickname Mizzou was first used. This is back in 1908. The usage of the term Mizzou was first recorded in a campus yell that used the phrase Mizzou rah rah. The commonly accepted origin is that the word is a shortened version of the university's then known as Missouri State University initials, MSU. There it is in writing on the internet. I have it in my hand. This is what I would consider factual, and I took a ribbing last night for nothing. Okay. Now, your side of the story.
My side of the story is this. First of all, the article that you have printed and the article that you're reading from comes from Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a self-editable publication. Anybody can write anything they want and put it in there, and there really is no editing of it. So, in that respect, not that I don't believe it, and again, if I can be proven wrong, I will, but at this point, to me, anything that is in Wikipedia, especially given the fact that there was a state senator here in yesterday's attendance, and the fact that he is on the Board of Education, and the fact that he said it was thought of, it was a rumor, and it's not entirely true, given all of those facts, that I have to go with that this is an unfounded rumor. It cannot be true.
Do you, in fact, sir, still believe, though, that I was the only one privy to this information when you guys made fun of me last night?
Because I know who your source is, and he's a very well-trusted source.
Aha! So you admit if the source is credible, then it gives the whole story credibility.
If the source gets that source correct.
Okay, and we're not going to mention that young man's name?
No, but at the same time, you have one source and I have 5 sources.
But the one that we're protecting is very well known in this area, very well respected as a sports journalist.
Stop it already. You're telling everybody who your source is.
I haven't mentioned his name at all.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that, and we'll find this answer.
No, we're not going to leave it at this until you tell the whole world that you are sorry for the ribbing that you gave me last night, as if I had no clue what I was talking about.
Okay. If I was sorry for giving you the ribbing that I gave you, then I would apologize.
Go ahead.
You have not proven to me.
Oh my goodness.
That this is you get a piece of paper that anybody could have printed. It could not have come from Wikipedia. You could have typed it up yourself. I haven't seen anything that shows a URL on the top of the sheet that says where it was printed from.
I will allow you to go with this theory on the condition that you never, ever quote the Washington Post again.
Oh, you know me way too well.
All right, we'll leave it lay there.
It's all in fun, though, folks, in case you're wondering. You know, something just on a quick thought here is what Dan and I used to do is before we would get going on the air, what we would do is we would leave the mics open, and we knew people were listening, and we would just talk about the craziest, funny stuff, and people would text us and say, do you realize you're on the air? Or, oh, sorry, I guess not. And then the next game we'd do it again, and you know, all sorts of fun, but we realize now that with the way that the world has changed, even if you're poking fun and not necessarily on the air, you can't do it anymore. So
well, people have thinner skin nowadays.
Yeah, and so we've stopped doing that, but I tell you what, those were the fun days. Those were the one time when I joked around something about drugs. It was something about I was taking medication for a cold that I had, and I was talking about...
Yeah, you left the wrong impression of what you were taking.
I was taking a lot of drugs today or something, and, well, you know, you can't joke about that anymore, obviously, so we don't do it. We want to, but we don't do it.
Not too often, but you know what? Hey, we're having a good time.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun this weekend. And
it's been a lot of fun since 2005, Steve, and I've appreciated every minute of it. I want you to know that.
All right, here's an napkin.
And I'm right, okay?
If you say so.
All right.
I'll tell you one who's right, who's been playing for only 2 years and made the right decision to play hockey, and that is Craig Suntrip. And we'll talk to him in just a moment. Goaltender for the Mizzou Tigers. Coming up here in minutes, it's 4-2 Missouri State after 40 minutes of play.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. Talking now with the goaltender that played in yesterday's game, and Craig Suntrup. And Craig, we wanted to have you on because of what we found out, that this is less than 2 years that you've been playing ice hockey.
Yes.
And honestly, against Missouri State's Division I squad yesterday, you were making some unbelievable saves in the first period, and I know with such a short bench it maybe tired you guys out, but we were so impressed we had to have you on and talk to you.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
What are you studying up there at Mizzou?
Business management.
All right, and how did you get into the hockey?
I've just been watching it for a while. I always wanted to play, so like last year and a half, I decided to try it.
But I mean, had you even ice skated before?
I played like pond hockey with some kids, but not really other than that.
Just pleasure skating. That's about all you've done, and you came out here last night. The thing that impressed me is you seem to have a natural knack for anticipation. There was a lot of good passes coming across your crease, and you seem to be ready for them. And that's something that normally takes a lot of seasoning to get to know.
Yeah, I don't know, kept my eyes on the puck, just followed that.
Wow. Well, we were so impressed. What does your teammates think about the fact that you have so little ice time, really, in comparison to what you're able to do out there?
I don't know. I guess they're probably impressed. I mean, I impressed myself yesterday, too, to be honest.
I was going to say, yeah, it seemed like a couple of times when, it seemed like you were kind of fighting the puck off, but you still saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the big keys that I noticed. And I'm a goaltender myself, so Dan knows that I kind of have a bias towards goaltending.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that especially with a situation like you, we want to talk to you and find out what got you involved, because I know that as far as I'm concerned, Dan doesn't think so, but goalies are special people.
Yes.
Well, I've always known they were special people, but maybe not in the same sense.
Exactly, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But so growing up, you obviously knew about hockey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that you just told Dan that you kind of just decided about 2 years ago, but what really made you decide? What was the kind of the kicking point to say, you know what, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to play?
So I just watched it. It just looked like a ton of fun. I loved watching the goalies. I liked all the gear, honestly. That was kind of a big part of it. I thought that looked pretty cool. So.
Now, for me, it's being center of attention. I love being out on the ice for 60 minutes. I'm center of attention. What was your reasoning?
Yeah, I mean, the time, too. All the sports I played, I never really liked going out, like sitting on the bench at all. I like to be out there the entire time. So that was a big part of it also.
Well, yeah, but yet as a goalie, you're either out there for the whole game or you're not out there at all.
Yeah, which I'd rather have one or the other. I don't like splitting time.
Yeah, you don't like
either
coming
the
out
whole
in shifts.
time or not at all.
Craig Suntrup is joining us from the Mizzou Tigers, listed at 6'6", 205, tall.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, by the time you put the gear on, you cover up almost all the net. It's very rare that you see. I mean, you should be playing basketball. Bottom line, right now. It's very rare that you see a big, tall kid in goal like you,
who's still quick enough to get from one side to the other, like you were last night. That's the rare thing about it. Though, does any other sport play into how you were able to react last night?
Well, I played lacrosse before, so that probably helps with my hand-eye coordination. But other than that, I mean, nothing's really like skating that I've done before.
Yeah, so you take some pleasure skating, you throw in the stick work with lacrosse, and you end up with a hockey goalie.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense at all. You know that, right?
Worked out.
It worked out pretty darn good.
Now, what made you choose Mizzou? Why are you going to Mizzou?
So both my parents went there. My dad actually played football there. So.
Oh, so you're a Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much why, and a lot of my buddies went there.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. Working for my dad, probably.
So kind of undecided.
Yeah.
At this point. Now, are you what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so you kind of, as far as hockey goes, you started late in a sense, and you've obviously started late just playing, but you have this year. I assume you're going to play next year?
Yeah, definitely. For sure going to play next year.
And then
play as long as I can.
Well, as far as collegiate hockey, because you only have 2 years now, and it's kind of, actually I think you might have 3, because I think Division 2 and 3 might have a 5-year rule, but I'm not entirely sure on that just yet. So at least 2 for sure. But obviously you're going to play and enjoy it the best you can, because don't you kind of feel like now after you've been in it for a couple years, like, oh, why did I wait so long?
Yeah. I wish I started a lot sooner for sure, but at least I'm playing now.
Well, do you get any extra practice time, like maybe in a house hockey league or anything like that?
So I had like a goalie coach that I went to a couple times to like learn the position, obviously. But that's about the only thing I've done besides Mizzou hockey.
Okay. We obviously have warm-up going on in the background now as they've cranked up the old stereo.
Yeah, and I really don't want to cut the interview short. I'm hoping that we can keep it going a little bit longer, but yeah. The warm-ups here at MediaCom Ice Park, have you ever been a part of something as crazy as this?
Well, it's weird. I've never played in a game that had like this many people there before. Because I play lacrosse and it's not really a big thing in high school.
Did that come into your thinking when you looked out last night from the net?
Yeah, I mean there's people everywhere. It's awesome. It was a fun crowd.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had some Missouri State fans rooting for you last night the way you were playing. Now, we should mention the score last night, 15-2, but not all of those were you and net.
Yeah.
You guys split up your time last night. And is that a normal thing, or was that just last night?
Yeah, we do it every now and then. We don't do it all the time. Kind of depends on the score, really.
So you had some help in there to give you a little break now and then. But they kept you hopping pretty good. I think you faced well over 40 shots on goal last night, and they were coming at you from every direction.
Yeah, there was 69 total of you. You faced probably about 45, 46 of them.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a fun thing to get in there and be able to play collegiate hockey. You're one of the very few people that can say that you've done that.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be a lot of fun. You mentioned earlier that you want to work for your dad. What kind of business is that?
So he and my uncle own a couple car dealerships out in St. Louis. So I'd probably sell cars for him.
That sounds good. Any siblings, brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have 4 sisters actually.
4 sisters?
2 older, 2 younger. I'm in the middle.
Now, do they play hockey?
No, none of them.
All right. Well,
but that's how you grow up tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Sisters, yeah, you got to defend yourself against all 4 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, were you always 6'6", or when did you start growing?
I've kind of always been tall since I was little. I've always been like the tallest person in my class. So,
do you think you're done?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I want to be too much taller.
Well, I'll tell you what. We thank you for coming aboard. It's a little hard to talk to you.
It's just way too loud in here right now.
Thanks for having me. We do appreciate you coming out and talking with us. We were very impressed with you last night, and we hope you can be serious enough with it to get your level to where you may go on beyond college, because I think you've got a natural knack.
I would love to.
All right.
Thank you.
Greg Suntrup, thanks so much for joining us. We'll take a break, and if you can hear that, it's loud here for warm-ups, but another period of hockey coming up in a moment.
The fajitas, their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We are back at MediaCom Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee. Proud to have the man that started all this. It's all his fault, and Mr. Stan Melton.
I love to take the blame for that, Steve. Well, thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for coming on, Stan. And yeah, I mean, you were part of helping form the team. You were part of helping bringing hockey here to Springfield. You're a part of the that Vision 2020, which kind of in the year 2020 was supposed to have all these different sport events, and well, I think we've done it.
Oh, it's amazing, Steve. It's been a long road, but we all had the confidence that Springfield would accept ice sports, and particularly hockey, and particularly in my case, I just had faith and knew collegiate hockey on the club level would work here in Springfield, and my goodness, I would have never imagined we could be at this level in 18 seasons. Division I, ranked 13th in the country, having a full-time paid head coach, just incredible success. Just so proud to see it happen, and so many people have been involved in the growth of this sport, in creating this facility. Very blessed to be able to be here in Springfield and work with everyone that we've worked with, and it's just tremendous.
Just do me a favor and tell me you didn't have anything to do with upgrading the stereo system.
Well, Dan, actually, this is our, we did do a new audio system for the rink this year. And,
so we can blame you for that too.
So it's a lot better this season.
Oh man, it's got some volume to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. And it may get a little bit louder, but hopefully we can at least get this in. But one thing that I wanted to mention was, I know when Dan and I first started with you back in 2004, the talk around the town was, okay, when will Missouri State ever get to Division I? The steps that have been taken and what has now become a team that has made the Nationals in their third year in existence as Division I. Did you think it was going to be this? Okay, let me ask you this. Did you think it was going to be difficult? Is it a difficult ride, or was it an easy ride compared to what you thought it was going to be for this team to be Division I?
Well, I wouldn't have imagined it could happen this fast, but it definitely is a situation that is a very gradual process, and I think the key to our success has been we have operated the program as a very professional operation, with our staff being very professional, highly qualified folks to do what they've done. All of our staff, off the ice and on the ice, have been extremely fortunate, and to attract the kind of players we have at their skill levels, we have been so lucky, and reaching this level in 18 seasons has been just a tremendous accomplishment, and we are not done yet. We've got some great growth to go, and everybody's going to be really happy to be along with us for the ride on this program.
We are underway in the third period. Heinrich Lohman with a big shot there, Billy Hindle with an even bigger save, and remember, 13 seconds left in the power play for the Tigers as the puck gets cleared out of center.
Yeah, and this period actually started with a shorthanded effort from Lohman, and a big blast on that save by Hindle, and we're going to get a tripping call, and it'll be on Mizzou, and that'll even things up. Well, no, it's already evened up. The power play had just expired, so now a full-blown power play opportunity coming up for the Ice Bears, their first of the game, I believe.
Yeah, it is. It's just the second penalty against the Tigers, and it'll be Kelsey going in. Well, Stan, you and I used to do this on the road all the time.
Absolutely, Steve.
And it used to be a lot of fun. It wasn't as loud as it is here, but definitely.
Well, it was at night.
It was
between the three of us. I'm surprised any of us got any sleep.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
that's very true.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, thanks so much.
Well, I'm including all three of us. Okay, all three of us had a part in that.
That's right. That's true. Fans yelling, "Let's go Bears," as the Ice Bears have it on the power play. Anderson will shot his block. Here's a break. All alone is Nicholas Haney.
Haney working on Anderson. Anderson spins him around and sends the puck into the corner. Still a short angle shot from Haney, though, that comes in on goal. And a good stop that time. So a good shorthanded effort that time from Nick Haney for Mizzou. The Ice Bears will reset.
To Nikita Saldikov. He'll drive it down in low and instead flip it over to Perron. Perron is going to work it at the half boards, gives it up to Brown, cross ice. No, instead he'll take it himself and go back to Perron, right side, drive, save. Huge save up on the shoulder of Billy Hindle. Ice Bears work it again. Now here is Cooley over to Brown, goalie out of position. Brown shoots and scores. 5-2 Missouri State as Chris Brown gets goal number 7. as the goaltender Hindle was out of position, Dan, and I don't know if he just couldn't see the puck or if he overplayed it or not. We'll look at it on a replay.
Well, I think he was still trying to get up. He'd have been knocked down, and I don't think he could find his footing to get
and I think you're right. He did. Well, he came out, overplayed it just a little bit, and it was able to get put in by Brown. 5-2. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thorough in just a second.
Well, you know, Stan, we could spend an hour just talking about the
Missouri State Ice Bears goals scored in the power play by number 18, Chris Brown. Time of the goal at 2:50 of the third period, scored in the power play by number 18.
That's a Missouri State.
So make it unassisted.
Ice Bears goal.
And you know what that means?
And make some noise, fans, because you now qualify for your $1 Andy's Frozen Custard one-topping sundae.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Keep your tickets, and I have my tickets. Oh, here's Barrett. We get a player down. It comes right in, and it's held on to. But we do have a player down, and that is Rushton.
Anyway, we were saying, Stan, we could fill a book with all the times we've seen over the years.
Oh my gosh, it has been so much fun, and just a great thing to be a part of, to see this program grow, and the experiences we've had in watching the Ice Bears make progress up the ranks, and the future is just so bright for this program. It's thrilling to see, and our fans, we are so blessed to have such great fans here in Springfield.
That last opportunity for Rushton was a block shot, and that's why he went down.
As Lohman drops the pass off for Warning, and they'll turn it back into the zone.
17-10 to go in the period. Steve Cass and Dan Lee, Stan Melton, co-founder of the Ice Bears Hockey Club, joining us, along with our cameraman Alex Harmon. Thanks for tuning in. Puck across the crease, and it's taken away by Jones, and he'll clear it out to center.
And it's knocked down by Derek Smith as he intercepts Kevin Ward's attempt. Comes back into the Ice Bears zone anyway, though, and Sasha Perron will turn it back toward the middle.
Now Perron cuts to the right. Still with it. Sasha centers it right through. There's nobody there. Here's Lohman with a drive and a glove save, and it's held on to by Hindle. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Dan Dow. A lot of scores to catch you up on, including Iowa State 5-2 over Illinois. That's through 2 periods. Michigan Dearborn 2, Calvin nothing through 2, and Jamestown 3, Eastern Michigan nothing through 2, along with Ohio and Robert Morris. They're scoreless through 1 period. Here is Brown for the Ice Bears off the draw. Looks for Saunders instead. Cycles now with Salenbach. Left side, and a good play by Nicholas Haney, and he's able to tip it out to center ice.
Brennan Anderson will go get it. Gives it to Brown, to Launder.
And Launder across the line. Cross ice up the middle. Salenbach loose, taken away by Kelsey. Drive Anderson, missed wide. Saunders again on a bouncing puck. Couldn't get to it. To Launder behind the net. 15 minutes to go in the period. Puck is centered up the middle, and racing with Saunders to keep it in. He swiped it away from Jones. Now it's directed to the near side boards, transferred across to the Tigers' Haney, and it is hoisted down to center.
Worked back and tipped by Launder into the zone. No icing as it's played.
15:37 to go. Stan, I know we've talked about this before, but of all your years with Missouri State, what is kind of the most exciting thing that you've been a part of?
Well, Steve, I would definitely say the season that we reached the Division II National Tournament probably was one of the most exciting seasons and accomplishments of our program, because that was the first time
as the Ice Bears, sorry Stan,
reached the national tournament.
Had a great opportunity by Schumacher, and Billy Hindle was able to poke it away.
Kelsey sends it back behind the Ice Bears goal as they go get a quick line change on the black and gold side.
Yeah, that's kind of the first year that I think you kind of realize that there's some potential with this club.
My goodness, you could see it develop over the years, Steve, but we had made the regional tournament 6 times, and that season that we made the nationals, we finally broke through and won that second game. And the real thrill of it too was the way we got into the national tournament. Blake Ryan scores with 6 seconds left. Just amazing.
Yep.
And ties the game up. We go into overtime, and of course, he and his brother Jack, among the great players that we've had, and Jack scores in overtime. We win the game, and we're on to the national tournament in Division II. And we go to Boston, and we finish that national tournament with a 2-1 record and end up with a 6th place ranking in the country in Division II, and it was just such a thrill to accomplish, and for all of our fans and for our players and coaches staff all through the years, such a great gift to give back. It was really a major thrill, and of course then we have followed up since, making another national tournament in Division II, going into Division I, progressing to being able to retain a full-time paid head coach in Coach Law, who's done a fantastic job. His first season, we end up 17th in Division I, go to the national tournament D1. Just absolutely amazing accomplishments. And as I said, the future is so bright.
You know what the next thing,
it's going to be fun to watch.
The next thing is to get full-time paid broadcasters.
There you go.
I would
yes,
settle.
Indeed.
I would settle.
You want that strawberry and peanut butter sandwich?
Oh, here come the Ice Bears. Loman, and he hit the crossbar. Maybe the post.
I would settle for one promised peanut butter and jelly sandwich with strawberry jelly. I'm still waiting on that one.
Was it a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a jelly donut? I don't remember.
No, it was peanut butter and jelly sandwich with strawberry jam.
That's right. Perron gets it kicked in the corner. Now here is Warnig. He tries to pass. It's blocked in front. It's still a 5-2 hockey game for Missouri State. And here's Derek Smith protecting the puck with one hand, moves it up the left side, poked away from him, and here's a opportunity now for Colin Jones.
And he couldn't get through the defensive Carson Warning. Got a helping hand from Lohman, and now it comes back the other way as Lohman goes to the bench.
Now to Perron. He tries to toe drag through, and it's held on to by Hindle. 13:02 to go in the period, and it's a 5-2 lead for Missouri State. Salnikov shorthanded is 26th at 6:51 of the first. 8:17 Barrett is 16th. 9:45 Saunders his 6th. And then MU's Jones gets his second at 13:27 of the first. In the second, 3:47 it's Ward to get his 8th to make it a 3-2 game. But then the Ice Bears come back 24 seconds later at 4:11. Barrett his 17th, second of the game. And then the Ice Bears in the third period at 2:50 on the power play. Brown his 7th, and that's where we are right now in a 5-2 contest in favor of Missouri State. Ice Bears trying to battle the puck. Sollenbach in front with a drive off the Mizzou goaltender. Hindle save, and the rebound. Wow. Hindle covers up on it.
My goodness, great work from Billy Hindle.
You know he's a goaltender. You know why, Dan? Because he pushed off, and without even using his arms to get back up, he used his legs to push off and get back up from a seated position. I can't even do that.
I can't even get up, period.
Anderson with a shot, blocks it down, gets it blocked, and sends it over on a spin around to the right side. Now to Sallenbach. Ice Bears up by 3. Sallenbach along the goal line. It is pushed to the corner to Launder, where Sallenbach will chase. Up the middle. Now to Davis. He'll get a shot off the side of the cage. Now to go to the near side boards to Launder. He is met there by Gast. To Sallenbach. High slot to Anderson. Gets control, shoots it in. Blocked to the near side boards. Now rimmed around the left wing and out to center ice. And it'll be the Ice Bears to regain. It's Anderson in his own zone for Missouri State.
A lot of fresh skates come on the ice, and the freshest being Salnikov, who has played limited action tonight, mostly on the PK, and he's done a great job on the shorthanded side of things. But now he gets an opportunity in 5-on-5 hockey as the puck slides loose at center ice. It'll be taken by Brennan Anderson. 11:45 left, third period, a 5-2 hockey game. Missouri State University having to fight for this one.
Yeah, Salnikov was racing for it, asking for it. It didn't happen. So it's the near side boards now. Here is Schumacher. Pulled off the play, spun around, and it'll come out to center ice to Colin Kelsey out of Glen Carbon, Illinois. Now across to Brown, who will send it in. Chased down by Lieberman. Clayton Lieberman is there at the half boards, and instead it is cleared back around the rim and held in on the right side. Johansson's shot pad save, rebound up the middle. Hindle coming up with some big saves there, and finally it's cleared by Lieberman all the way down. Icing will be the call.
You know, Steve, and Dan too, it's so fun to look back and think of some of the great players we've had the opportunity to watch over the years in the Ice Bears alumni group now. Names like Andy Hellwig, our first major recruit for the team, just tremendous. Joe Leindecker, those are the early guys.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan, his brother Blake Ryan.
Dan
Odenwald, our all-decade team. You know, just absolutely.
Larry Hellwig.
Yep.
Mike Pepping, goaltender, Kevin Rakowski.
Amazing talents, great players that we've had the privilege to watch and during their collegiate careers with the Ice Bears, and just so gratifying. And you know, we're going to be having a tough task when we hit a couple of years from now. We'll pick the second decade team, and oh my gosh,
yeah, well,
we
actually
have some major talent to pick from.
We're actually going to have to pick it this year because next year will be 2020.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So
yes,
sometime
sir.
later this year, we're going to have to get together, Stan and Dan, and just figure out what our all-decade team is going to be. I can tell you who the all-decade team is currently because I actually have that list with me. The all-decade first team.
Clayton Baker
from 2005.
Andy Hellwig, Dan Odenwald,
Joel Livingston,
Mike Pepping,
Saman Shaw, Clayton Baker, Andy Hellwig. That is the first team all-decade, and we created a second team all-decade. That was Andy Whitener, Joel Leindecker, Bobby Seda, John Baton, Matt Carl, who was one of the original players from the 01-03 season.
Well, we're going to get a penalty here as we get a collision deep in the corner. Actually going to go over to Clay Baker's place of employment tonight after the show.
That's
Absolutely. Our all-decade head coach, of course, Benjamin Alexander, spent 7 seasons and helped us found the program. Just tremendous man, and a great legacy that he left us in the growth of the Ice Bears program.
This will be on Sam Heiseroth. And this is going to be power play opportunity number 4.
5 penalties, 10 minutes now assessed to the Ice Bears.
And Mizzou yet to convert on a power play tonight.
Penalty on the plate to Missouri State.
And this is the first penalty. Here comes Lohman. He's going to race in. Lohman just a little bit
he had
too
a man
deep.
open.
Yeah, he came in too deep. Tried to spin around and get the shot and went over Hindle, and it's all the way out to center ice. And the Ice Bears will set it up again. Now remember, they're shorthanded, and they're working this like it's almost a power play. Off the boards and cleared all the way down and back into the zone for the Tigers. Well, the Lindenwood Lions came in on Thursday, and boy, did they show a clinic on a penalty kill.
Oh, yeah. Very good club. Carson Warning on defense.
Though they lost yesterday.
Yes, they did. Yeah,
they won today.
Their first loss
on the penalty kill and the power play.
Yeah, here comes Lohman again. Lohman gets around a sliding Ian Jones, and he's able to hop over him, which is kind of a dangerous play, too. Lohman throws Carroll down. It goes behind the net. And taken away by Jones for the Tigers out of St. Paul, Minnesota.
All the way in on goal. Brady Griffith will tip it aside to Derek Smith, and it comes back around to the near boards. Out of the zone momentarily. Mizzou has to back it up for a second. Spinning all the way back is Gast.
30 seconds now in the power play.
Now they'll try to work it in on the right-hand side as we see Logan Conroy in there now. Back out to the point, taken away by the Ice Bears.
Right side, Saunders shoots in and a glove save. They're getting back to Lindenwood. They lost yesterday, and they had to turn things around today, and they did. Their first loss, and you know, they played their #1 goaltender in CDOT against Missouri State, so you kind of have to know that Rick Zombo really appreciates Missouri State. With a 3-game weekend coming up, he could have played their #1.
Yep.
And their #3, and he ended up playing the #1. which, you could almost argue maybe we cost them a loss.
That could be.
By him
Very
doing
well
that.
It could be.
But he took Missouri State to heart, and that it was going to be a tough game, and sure enough.
And they lost to who?
They lost to Central Oklahoma.
Central Oklahoma. That will actually stand well for Missouri State.
It does, because the Ice Bears have technically a win and a tie against Central Oklahoma.
So that should speak very highly. The whole weekend should speak very highly for Missouri State.
But cleared all the way down, and we're going to get an icing call.
As they did give Lindenwood everything they could ask for Thursday night.
Oh, my goodness. I know many of us thought that was the best game we played all season. Even though it was a 2-goal loss, just the quality of play of the game, and #1 team in the country, and oh man, skill levels just amazing, and we stayed right with them and had our chance to put it away too, to tie it up and win it. So just a great game.
Here comes Lounder in with the drive, save, Hindle, rebound. Lounder with it again to Saunders. It's up the middle and poked away from Carroll. Now it is scheduled to the corner.
That hurt.
Oh yeah, puck comes up into Vito Brown, but he stays on the ice. He plays. So now it's Chris Brown for Missouri State. Drive in, missing wide as Anderson got that shot. Brown again for the Ice Bears. Right side, comes down the middle. Brown has some room. He shoots, glove save. Hindle rebound as it came out of his glove. It's moved to the side. Up the middle, Anderson shot. And Hindle may have made the save without his goal stick. He is without a goal stick. He's using a defenseman's stick. That is the one of Brown. Now the Ice Bears have it in with a shot. It's deflected but not out. Trying to glove it down was Brown. Play continues. And the Ice Bears with a drive in, missing wide with 6:41 to go. Here is Anderson to Lounder. He shoots, it's blocked. Oh, and a Tiger who blocked that is down and the puck is cleared. And now goaltending stick is back in the hands of Hindle, and skating off is Brown as a shot by Johansson goes up and over the cage. Now the Ice Bears cannot get possession. It's cleared out to center. Tigers still having trouble with it, and it's back in the Missouri State zone.
Keeping an eye on Brown right now. That one really stung him. He was out there. He sacrificed his stick to begin with. Then he sacrificed his body, and he's feeling it.
Here's Schumacher. Tried to toe drag. It didn't work. Taken away by Lieberman. And back out to center, where it is Salnikov. Nikita gets it as far as the left face-off circle, intercepted by Conroy at the line, still stays in. Conroy is able to poke it out, and Salnikov has it almost taken away from Jones, who does send it back in the Missouri State end.
5:38 left here in the third period, a 5-2 hockey game, much different than last night, as Mizzou has hung tough.
Salnikov down the middle, gives it over to Schumacher, back to Salnikov, and it's off of his stick.
And Mizzou quick to push it the other way. Here's Gast. Gast trying to split through the middle and goes in like a bowling ball and almost takes down both defenders, but the Ice Bears still managed to come up with the puck.
And here's a lead for Salnikov. He's going to break with Cooley. 2-on-1 over to Cooley. Cooley had trouble with it, and he missed getting a good shot. It went wide of Hindle. Now here's Derek Smith for the Ice Bears. High slot to Warnick. He winds, he shoots, save, rebound, loose, and it is cleared out to center ice. Hindle didn't know where it was. It ran past him, but squirted over to his left side. He was looking to the right, and his defense was able to clear it. Now here comes Bratton. Now in front, a shot and a save by Hindle as Bratton was waiting for the rebound. Puck cleared out to center.
You know, it occurs to me, Stan, probably the only thing you've never done for this organization is we get an icing call here. We've never got to hear you do some play-by-play. Would you like to give it a go?
Oh, actually, we have.
Actually, that's a blessing. You've never heard me do play-by-play.
Now,
so I'm leaving that to the experts. That's why I always carried a bottle of cough syrup with me on road trips. So if Mr. Casson ever had trouble with his vocal cords, I could be right there.
Now, Dan, I have to tell you, you were not.
There was behind the cough syrup, there was a little whiskey involved too, just in case.
Okay, now here's the thing, Dan. You were not on the bus when this happened, but Stan was at a Division III game with Larry Hellwig.
That's right.
And I was on the phone with Stan, and I said, Stan, do you want to do some play-by-play? And he says, sure. So he gets on the phone. I put it up to the microphone as Hindle makes a save here. I put it up to the microphone on the bus, and all I hear is, "Oh, they've got the puck. Now we've got the puck. Now they've got the puck. Now we've got the puck." That is a true story.
There's a shot. Oh,
I missed that.
We blocked it. Oh, yeah. Every player's name became we.
Yep.
Or they.
Yep. Or the Ice Bears. Oh, here is a shot by Barrett and a big save.
As he was sliding on the ice.
Yeah, he kind of got tripped. I think the officials are letting things go. A little bit more exciting now. Here comes O'Brien. Gives it to Brown. Cross ice. Ice Bears working it again. The beeline on, looking in front of Brown, but instead it is Bratton. O'Brien up the middle, and not able to get it is Bratton. But Anderson will hold it down in low to Barrett. To Anderson. I want to call Anderson with the name of a B. Brennan. We'll just call him Brennan so we can have a lot of B's on the ice. Here comes Barrett with it. Now Barrett with it again. Will he give it over to Brennan? He does. Here's Brennan. Anderson, that is.
That's really stretching it.
And here's Barrett. Shoots. Oh, what a save by Hindle. Rebound, and the puck is whistled dead.
Oh, that might have been the best save of the night by Billy Hindle.
Huge save
and
there.
And he got kicked around a little bit for his effort.
Fellas, I would like to interject in talking about play-by-play. As in anything, you don't really appreciate the level of talent until you try to do it yourself. You guys are just tremendous talents, and we are very blessed to have you both on the play-by-play calls for the Ice Bears over the years. It's just amazing, and it takes a tremendous amount of skill to do what you guys do, and really admire your talent through the years. It's just been amazing.
Stan, that's even better than a PB&J. Thank you.
It takes special talent to call hockey, fellas, believe me, and you guys just do a masterful job.
Here's Brown through the right face-off dot, taken away from him by Gast, and it's out to center ice, and Brennan will have it. Anderson. Beeline not on now, so it's okay. He's back. He's back to Anderson.
He's back to being Anderson.
Puck flipped off the sideboards and out to center ice in the near corner. And Colin, who was that? That was Rushton. He's back on. He kind of got mixed up into the Tigers zone. Now here's Brown. Cross ice to Anderson. He shoots, tipped in front, and another save. Oh, and now we're going to get a penalty.
That is
Sasha
more than a penalty.
Slammed a Tiger into the boards, and that is not good. And Perron's gone.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be.
Well, even with 2:35 left, he's still going to be gone, but that is just not good. You don't do that.
Not a wise decision there.
Oh, he's up, thank goodness. The Mizzou Tiger player.
So this thing not done yet. It's a 5-2 score, but now a big power play with 2:35 left to go in the game. And if that doesn't get their adrenaline going, nothing will.
That's true.
Now they're upset.
Now, it's going to be, I thought so. It's a 5-minute power play. So barring any further penalties, it'll be a power play for the remainder of the game, and Sasha Perron is gone.
And they can score as many times as they want.
Yes, sir.
Mizzou can turn this thing around in a heartbeat.
And, just an uncalled for play. Absolutely. Uncalled for.
Yeah, and I did not see anything prior to that prompted Sasha to go after him.
No. So Perron, 5 and a 10.
And we're going to get a timeout now as Stephen Ward sees a crack in the armor and wants to talk it over with his troops.
So with the 5 and the 10 that's been assessed, 7 penalties, 25 minutes to the Ice Bears.
And there's a possibility here he could pull the goaltender a little early and end up with a 6-on-4 skate.
Yep, you could do that. Now the Tigers, even though I'm trying to look at my stats here.
Yeah,
5 for 62, but I'm trying to think of how many shorthanded goals they've given up. They've given up 3.
Yeah,
we got one last night, didn't we?
There's no reason not to pull your goaltender right now. The face-off is in the Icebergs, and if the Icebergs get a hold of the puck, they can outscore on a shot. I mean, this is all going Mizzou's way to get right back in this hockey game, and they can score as many times as they want on the major play.
Well, on a clear, I'm not necessarily what you're saying is they can't ice it, but they definitely can score.
Yeah.
On an open.
Well, yeah, they can score a shorty.
And that's is that what they're going to do?
Looks like he's coming back. The Mizzou goalie's coming back out.
Well, yeah, okay, they're going to play it safe.
So it's going to be a 5-on-4.
Penalty on the play to Missouri State, number 74, Sasha Perron. A 5-minute major and game misconduct for boarding at 17:25 of the third period.
Meanwhile, coming in is Sollenbach. He's ridden off the play. So it is 15 minutes and penalties to Sasha Perron.
And Colin Young will start the power play on the other end now as he tries to push it into the corner for Ward. Kevin Ward sends it back around to the near side. Nobody there but white-shirted Ice Bears, and they'll get it out to center ice.
Back into the Tigers zone for Ian Jones to set things up. Oh, he mishandled the puck. Sollenbach was there to kick it in, and it stays in. Right in front, here's Sollenbach's shot. Oh, what a save by Hindle. Davis gave it to Sollenbach, and Hindle makes the save, and Kevin Ward outlets the puck.
And Gast will carry into the zone, tries to shovel a backhander into the slot. It's intercepted there and knocked out by Davis.
Kick to the Ice Bears, Davis again. Now here's Sollenbach, back to Davis. He shoots, save Hindle, and he covers up.
I'm not sure, but I don't think this is what head coach Stephen Ward had in mind when he called the timeout.
That's very true.
Well, the Steak and Shake player of the game has been announced as Travis Barrett, but I got to tell you, the runner-up for player of the game has to be Billy Hindle. He's played phenomenally for the Tigers.
58 shots, and he's only let 5 by. Percentage-wise, that's darn good hockey.
It lowers. It's definitely a good thing, as his stats were nothing coming into today's game. It's his first game.
So, back on the attack. Power play remains for 122. Mizzou down 3 goals. They need to make something happen fairly quickly, but they can't get it done. It comes out of the zone again.
Back down with 1:14 remaining. And Stan, we've talked about it, but this will be the final time that Missouri State's Division I squad will play Mizzou. We're turning over the reins to the Division III squad for next season.
Yes, Steve. Mizzou is dropping down from Division II to Division III, and they play in our MACHA league that the Division III team for Missouri State is in, and it's a natural opponent. They'll play each other during the season in league play, and so it will work out extremely well for both programs.
Hindle has been pulled as Mizzou goes on the attack with an extra attacker.
He came out with about 45 seconds left.
Now 27 seconds left. We're going to make it 23 as they'll try to work it in the middle. Kelsey's got some room. He looks in. Oh, a great back check by Carson Warnig. Sends it into the corner. 15 seconds left to go. And a 3-goal deficit for Mizzou. And
it's going to go all the way down.
There's a nice way to finish it off.
I'm not sure if it was Carson Warnig, but I think it might have been either him or Derek Smith.
Well, if it's Warnig, that's his first goal. We'll have to wait and see if we can get an opportunity to notice who was the one that cleared that out. And it's hard to tell. But
we'll get a call here, hopefully, before this hockey game
as we
goes
hear
away from us.
The final buzzer. But the Ice Bears win this game by a score of 6-2.
By a final score of 6-2. Shots at the final 60-14.
Hopefully they will announce. Here we go.
It was Derek Smith.
So Smith gets it with 8 seconds left.
And that's all she wrote.
And Derek Smith will get his 2nd goal of the season Dan, that was another shorthanded goal.
Yeah.
So the Ice Bears get 2 shorthanded goals tonight. Derek Smith gets his second, unassisted. And 6-2 is the final score. And in just a moment, we will hear from the Steak and Shake player of the game.
Man, you know what? If you spell empty net shorthanded, ENSH.
Yeah.
That's an inch goal.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Steve, while we're waiting to hear that interview, I just want to take a moment right now and thank the University of Missouri Collegiate Hockey Club for our competition over the 18 seasons we've been playing them. John Lamont, the former general manager, head coach, played a critical, extremely great role in that competition. We've been great friends, worked super together, and thank you so much to the Missouri University Hockey Club.
What does it feel like to come away with these 2 victories?
It feels good. Always a rivalry with them, so it's fun to get a lot of fans in the house and just get the win for them.
What does it mean for you guys to be playing in front of a sellout crowd tonight and a great crowd last night?
Oh, it's great. Best fans in the hot shot. I love it.
Good deal. Can you take us a little bit through that second goal you had there? What was going through your mind?
I don't know. It was pretty quick. My liney, Jordy, and Zane made a nice little play and then found me in the slot, and I just let it go.
Good deal. All right, fans, let's hear it for your Steak and Shake player of the game tonight, number 12, Travis Barrett.
And there you go.
So he is the winner of the Steak and Shake player of the game. Nikita Salnikov starts things off for Missouri State. And Stan, you know, Nikita is just one of those guys that he just doesn't stop.
Oh, my goodness. You talk about an ace that's going to be fun to watch and a privilege to watch. Nikita is definitely one of them.
And Nikita gets goal number 26. Brown with the assist, and the Ice Bears take a 1-0 lead. Then it is Travis Barrett to get goal number 2, his 16th of the season. This coming at 8:17, and a nice give and go from O'Brien. And Missouri State takes a 2-0 advantage. As we stay in the first at 9:45, Saunders will get his 6th. Anderson with the assist. Davis also gets a tally, and it's 3-0 in favor of Missouri State. But then the Tigers come back, and this one is a goal by Jones, his 2nd of the season. It went off of the goaltender, Griffin, and into the net, and when he spun around, he kicked it in. Haney and Kelsey with the assist, and the Ice Bears are now up by a count of 3-1. Then it is Barrett coming back for the Ice Bears again, getting his 17th. And I take that back. Hold on a second. That is not right. That is the goal after Ward got one. We'll go back to Ward's 8th of the season at 3:47. Haney and Kelsey, and this at this time was a 3-2 hockey game. And then, yes, it is Barrett just 24 seconds later at 4:11, his 17th, 2nd of the game. Warnig and Bratton, and Missouri State starts to climb right back in. Power play goal that Brownie just talked about, his 7th of the season, makes it 5-2. Said just kind of a quick one there. And Missouri State advances their lead to 5-2. And then the shorthanded goal, the one that we kind of really couldn't see, but it was Derek Smith in the corner, picks it up and is able to move it all the way down into the ice to the empty net, and the Ice Bears finish up with a 6-2 win. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be the Ice Bears and the University of Central Oklahoma. That comes up Thursday, this next Thursday, January 31st. Big games for the Ice Bears against the University of Central Oklahoma, ranked in the top 15, as are the Missouri State Ice Bears. So get your tickets quick. They will get very, very close to another sellout, as we've had against the Oklahoma teams. And then after Central Oklahoma, we have Oklahoma in for 2, and that is going to be Friday and Saturday as we head into February for some games between these two teams. And one other word of note that I want to mention for you folks, also coming up next weekend, and it will be a police versus fire charity hockey game. That'll be Saturday, February 2nd. The Ice Bears Division 2, or make that the Division 3 squad. I'll get it right. The Division 3 squad will play at 2 o'clock. Their game is at 2. Then at 4:45, it is the charity hockey game. And then the Ice Bears will have a 7 o'clock game and that will take place on February 2nd. So 3 games of hockey that day. If you want to join and stay here at Mediacom Ice Park for the entire time for that, we would welcome you to come and join us for that. Stan, your final thoughts as we wrap things up and get ready to head over to Civil Kitchen and Tap for the Ice Bears Coaches Show.
Steve, I tell you, it was another fun series against the University of Missouri, and sellout crowds. What more can you ask for? Thanks to all of our fans for the great turnout, and again, thanks to the University of Missouri Hockey Club for great competition with our Ice Bears Division II and Division I club over the years. It's been a super relationship, and we'll continue that at the Division III level.
Don't forget, you get a $1 Andy's frozen sub as the Ice Bears score 6 goals tonight. So if you have your ticket for tonight's game and you're listening as you're heading out of the arena, save your ticket.
Frozen Sunday.
Yeah, what did I say?
Okay. Never mind.
That's it, and I got my ticket.
Yeah, never mind.
I thought I said frozen Sunday. Did I say something different?
It was a frozen sub.
Oh, no, Sunday.
Yeah, that's not.
No,
okay.
Don't want to eat a frozen sub
No,
just like you don't want to fry eggs, okay?
Well, you don't want to roast them.
Or roast them, something like that, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get out of here now as the Ice Bears win this game by a score of 6-2. I'm Steve Casson for Dan Lee and for Stan Melton.
See you on Jock 98.7 for the Coaches Show, Steve.
That's right. We'll do that coming up in about an hour. Until then, 6-2, the Ice Bears win. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your hosts, Steve Casson and Dan Lee. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.